Yeah, I thought it was almost like they had planned to use the pig, but then abandoned that
in favor of the chicken, which was a poor choice on their part. But we should be.
The chicken didn't do anything. Like, the chicken joined them on the journey, but he didn't do anything. Like, give Abu credit, he did shit in Aladdin.
He was just a hindrance.
See?
There it is.
Okay. All right, let me get you all set. But yeah, like you normally look. I get it. It's a side character. It's supposed to be a cute sidekick animal character. I understand that. This is Red Dead, right?
Yes, this is Red Dead, day 11.
Okay, making sure that I get the right one. Okay. But like, I don't even.
Hey, boy. Howdy. Hello, mister.
All right. I also got
Fine horse you got there.
Appreciate it.
All right. Make something off of this.
You will now.
All right, ready to go live?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Or am I?
But yeah, I think that honestly, I think the best thing. Oh, there we go. Honestly, the best thing about Moana, in my opinion, was the excellent use of art design. Like they made it feel so beautiful, and they clearly knew that because in this movie they just basically did everything the original movie did, but just said, let's slap some real people in there and call it live action.
Yeah, I mean, essentially this.
It's kind of like calling the new live action Lion King live action. It's like
it isn't really because it's just CG.
It's just you just CG a bunch of animals in there, and it's kind of like people. You know what? One comment said it. I think one comment said it best, man. You thought that the CGI dwarves from Snow White were horrifying. Wait till you see CGI Hey.
It's just what the frick, man?
Well, no. Think about this. What is wrong with Disney where they need to take things that can be made live and not do it? Like Snow White. All you have to do is get 12 short people, 12 dwarves. I mean, not even 12. No, sorry, not even 12. The 7 dwarves. You just need 7 dwarves, right? That's all you need, 7 dwarves. In Moana, all you need is 1 effing rooster. You don't need to make a CGI rooster with big eyes. Just get us a 1 rooster. And if you need it to do something specifically, CGI that. But just,
yeah, they're asking how we feel about the Lion and his Legion coming to Dawn of War 4.
Yeah, I'm excited.
They better not screw it up.
They better not screw it up. They better not screw this up.
Because playing the Lion in a video game, oh yes.
Oh yes.
We're looking forward to that.
I want to see Lion rocket, man.
You want to see Lion fire a rocket?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey there, mister.
Even my head's spinning up.
That's a mighty fine wagon you got there.
Yeah, if we can reschedule because my head is spinning really weird.
All best now.
Alrighty, the Lion is returning. That's big. I mean, the Lion has been back, but this will be like the first time he showed up in anything other than like his own book or codexes, which is, hey, I'm all about. Because me and Raven are Dark Angels fanboys, and so we cannot get enough Dark Angels representation. Because, you know what? They've earned it.
They have.
Thoughts on the Terminus Decree reveal? I thought it was stupid.
That was really stupid. The Terminus Decree reveal was absolutely awful.
It's one of those things that's almost, it's better left unsaid. It is better to just leave that of mystery so you can like have whatever your own theories or whatever. Sort of like the Lost Legions and the Lost Primarch. Sort of just leave that a vague mystery so that you can, have some fun with it. You don't always have to explain everything. Sometimes it's best to leave a little bit of mystery for the viewer to, or viewer, reader, or fan to just, sort of have what you will.
The way I see it, the Terminus Decree should never have been revealed because now that we know what it is, the question has to be asked, okay, when is it going to happen now? Because we're all just now waiting to see how they're actually going to, how are the Grey Knights honestly going to enact it?
Let's go, girl.
Yeah, the only way it's going to work is if the custodians also know what the decree says.
Why are you okay with Jagatai returning but hate Games Workshop ignoring the line?
What?
What? This is why I feel like Hunter Thomas is a bot. Because
Yeah.
you ask these questions out of nowhere and then don't respond when we answer them.
Did you just pull these questions out of AI?
What the fuck?
We said we were excited about the lion.
Did you say that? But hate? No, he said but hate Games Workshop ignoring the line.
Okay.
Okay. Look, did you ask ChatGPT to make your comment? All right. So why are we okay with Jagatai returning? I said if people have asked me if another Primarch should return, who should it be? And I've said I want Jagatai to be the next one who comes back because Jagatai Khan and the White Scars have been largely ignored. What pisses me off is that Lion has returned and Games Workshop has done nothing with him. If you want my honest opinion, I don't like that Lion is back and they're not doing shit with him. But if Games Workshop's plan is to say just throw Primarchs at the wall, fine. If that's your game plan, I think that's stupid, but at least bring back Khan so the White Scars can get some love. So I hate the fact that Lion gets ignored, but if the question is which Primarch do I want to come back next, it's Jagatai. I can't just answer that question with, hey, which Primarch do you want to come back? I don't like that Lion's ignored. I've been asked a specific question. It's too early for me to be yelling like that.
Indeed. Because the thing is, we can not like that one Primarch is getting ignored while thinking it'd be cool if another Primarch came back. Those aren't mutually exclusive things. Such a weird stance to take.
Question. Why are you okay with Jagatai returning, but hate that the Games Workshop ignores the Lion? What? How does? I'm having trouble connecting those 2 points. How are those 2 things connected? How on earth are those 2 things connected?
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know.
Here's the thing. I agree with Pontius. Pontius made a good point. They didn't need to bring back any of the Primarchs. Not Chaos, not Loyalists. You didn't need to bring any of them back. You could have just kept the setting the way it was. You can have stakes in Warhammer without Primarchs. Primarchs very much belonged in 30K and needed to be left there for the most part. However, now that Chaos Primarchs are entering the field again, it does make sense we have a few Loyalists return to deal with them. I don't think it was the best decision they could have made, but it is the direction they're going now, and as a result, we now need to accept this and figure out what the best course of action is. Gilliman has come back. Probably the best choice of a Primarch to come back because he's the logistics man and the diplomat. He's going to get the Imperium running back on course and doing what he needs to do with it, and he's done that. And we have had book after book after book, and game after game after game, and codex after codex after codex telling us how awesome Gilliman's doing, how awesome the Ultramarines are doing, how great the Primaris thing is. Gilliman's basically batting 1,000. The Indomitus Crusade has been awesome. We get it. Gilliman and the Ultramarines kick ass. Understood. It was time for a change. So they brought back Lion. Honestly, again, awesome. Lionel Johnson is probably one of the best Primarchs you can bring back, given that he ended up on Imperium Nihilus, where there is no connection to the Imperium standard. Gilliman can't get there. The Ultramarines can't get there. They are struggling to maintain control in this half of the galaxy. Lion showing up, best thing you can do. And also, it's great for the Dark Angels because it means the Dark Angels can start getting some redemption. Think of all the cool things you could do with the Dark Angels and Lionel Johnson returning. The redemption opportunities. Lion could fix his Legion. He could fix so much. And even if you don't want him to fix anything, at least explore things. How do the Fallen and the Risen react to meeting their modern brothers? How do the modern Dark Angels feel about Lionel Johnson saying, I don't want you to kill all the Fallen? That's got to be rough, because think about it. Let's say that Lion just walks up to them and says, hey, all these fallen enemy killing, a lot of them aren't traitors. Have we been wrong this whole time? Have we killed innocent people just for nothing?
But the money.
There's a lot you could explore. You could have whole books about this conflict. And what have they done? Well, they had one book about Lion's Return, which was good. They had the Arcs of Omen. Good. That's it. That's all it's done. That's all the Dark Angels have gotten. Oh, wait, now they're in Dawn of War 4. That is nice, but that's it. Gilliman has had books upon books upon books. Lion has had 2.
He's had 2?
If you want to count the Arcs of Omen.
I don't.
Very well.
Because, like, when Gilliman came back, he immediately got, like, the Plague War trilogy.
Yep.
And he started making cameos in a bunch of other books.
Yep. Well,
Lion got a singular book till he's back, and sure, he shows up in the Arcs of Omen campaign book, but that's really not quite the same thing now, is it?
Well, they just haven't done anything with Lion and the Dark Angel since Lion's Return, and that annoys me because there's so much you can do. But they're already talking about, oh, who's coming next? Who's the next Primarch? Who's on the way next? Is it going to be Jagatai Khan? Is it going to be Lehman Russ? Is it going to be?
It's going to be Lehman Russ. Let's not pretend otherwise.
But my response to that is, I want them to do more with Lion and the Dark Angels first. Who's Angron? One of the Primarchs. A traitor Primarch. Primarch of the world leader. But yeah, it annoys me. But when people ask me which Primarch would I like to see come back next, I say Jagatai. Because I want the White Scarf to get it. But first, please give some love to the Dark Angel.
I mean, I'm not even saying slow the Ultramarine content down. I'm just saying have the others catch up.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess I'm lucky to be a Nurgle and Death Guard fan since they get a lot of attention. Yeah, when Gilliman came back, Mortarion and the Death Guard got a lot of attention too. And it seemed for a while that Games Workshop was trying to trick us into thinking that Nurgle was actually their favorite instead of Khorne, but that wore off relatively quickly. Lark.
My head is spinning, and I think I scared off Hunter Thomas.
Well, like how it releases the stupid 500 World Crusade. Oh, there he is.
Huh. Well, yeah, that's dumb. I think the 500 World Crusade is dumb. It's just more, hey, Ultramarines.
And it's also like, we just fought in Ultramar.
And I love the fact that the Games Workshop has been releasing videos and stuff kind of self-deprecating, kind of picking on themselves for all the Ultramarine stuff. And like, yes, let's make jokes about us. Let's be idiots, and then make jokes about us being idiots, and maybe somehow you'll forget that we're idiots.
I don't mind being tongue-in-cheek as long as you fix it. That's the thing. Gotta fix it, my boy.
Look, my thing is, leave Gilliman and the Ultramarines alone. Leave them alone. I love you, Spooky. I love Spooky Wizard, and I know he's an Ultramarine simp. But leave him alone. Let the Dark Angels cook a little while, and then maybe we'll come back to the Ultra Smurfs. But give Lion his chance.
Or hear me out. If you just have to have your Ultramarine stuff, finally write the book series where Lion and where Lion and Rabute finally meet.
Yes, that'd be great.
We've been begging for that for what, 2 years now?
Yeah. Imagine Lion and Gilliman finally meeting. You know, that'd be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll write it for you, Games Workshop. Send me money. I'll do it.
Honestly, I would be curious what steps it takes to get into, like, to become a writer for the Black Library.
Sell your integrity.
No, not quite.
I'd say that Nurgle is as popular as Khorne now. Nurgle was never not popular. He just wasn't used as often because Khorne is just easy.
I think the thing is, though, like for a tabletop thing at least, Nurgle's harder to paint.
Yes. I think that the issue with telling stories, though, is Khorne and Slaanesh are the easiest Chaos Gods to use because they're very basic. Khorne is just your angry, war-crazed brutes, and Slaanesh is your hedonists. it's just easy to use them. Meanwhile, Tzeentch and Nurgle are a bit more niche. Have the Black Numbers got anything since the fall of Hell's Reach?
Yeah.
I
don't know.
I know they got Primaris reinforcements. I don't know of anything specific.
You lost.
Well, again, you can't really screw it up and just say that's how it's supposed to look. Sure, they did. They screwed up how they handled the think about what they did with the female custodies. They had a female custodian, and everyone said that's not right, and then they said that's how it's supposed to look. Hey, 100 Rios from Mac 2.
Hey, appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
Always appreciate a donation here and there. Oh, is he still alive? There we go. Fix that problem.
Raven and Lark, have you heard of the Lord Channel Arbiter Ian?
Yeah.
I know about him.
Not exactly his biggest fans.
I'm not a big fan of him. He's kind of a mook.
Yeah, when your biggest concern in Warhammer is how do we get the right out of Warhammer, I'm like, that's not your that it shouldn't be your concern, buddy.
Yeah, and then also him saying that nothing's canon while also being a Warhammer YouTuber.
Whoops.
Canon doesn't, guys. Canon doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna do a whole channel about it. You sir are a fish.
Line from the game.
Oh.
Because whenever he goes fishing, occasionally when he pulls out, he'll go, "You, sir, are a fish." So when he saw that you were playing Red Dead, immediately that springs to mind.
I didn't realize that was my fault.
It's because you got to go fishing.
I go fishing in a lot of games. Like whenever I play Far Cry 5, we always take time to go fishing.
Yeah, because
I don't just do it for the money. I just do it because it's fun.
That was actually the thing that surprised the developers, because they're like, we've been checking like the data logs, and a lot of people really just enjoy, they really just enjoy, chilling out in the woods and going fishing. Don't want to lose any more cargo. But hey, man, Mac, we're happy you're able to pop in when you can. I did so much fishing Far Cry 5. Not only is it relaxing, it's a reliable way to make money. When they're buying a rainbow trout for $100, that's a deal right there. Opinion on botany. It's the study of plants. And, someone's got to do it. You get a giant fish in Far Cry and then put it in your pocket. Well, naturally, it's what you have to do.
Opinion on botany?
Yeah. It's the study of plants.
It grows on me.
That's fungus.
Everyone I've checked out the weapon outfits in Battle Pass, they look cool. Yeah, they do.
How was your day today? It was alright. It was alright. Had one of my plannings eaten up by a meeting, but other than that, it was okay.
I'm gonna start moving this. I'll be back up. Bus trip.
Come on, horsey. I hate how much badass decay the Avatar of Cain went through. Yeah. The poor Avatar of Cain. If you want to know how poor he's been treated, watch the Pancreas No Work video on the Avatar on Cain.
It was the Avatar of Cain. One of the, based on the name, he sounds like he was from the Fire.
Based on his model, I would assume the same thing.
Yeah, the Avatar of Cain, I would say, is a Fire Nation guy. Now, how far back do you think he was from Ag? And what made it, and was Cain a part of the Fire Nation, or was that just his name?
Sorry?
Was Cain a part of the Fire Nation, or was that just his name?
No, you're mixing it up. You have Cain, who was the first vampire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I
So
think.
he was a bloodbender.
Apparently.
So, Lark, do you think you and Raven would survive in this time period as an outlaw? I'm writing a book about it.
Depends on the equipment we have, how much a head start, because...
Well, I know you'll be hunting wraiths.
Exactly.
But then that makes me a Japanese chick. Oh, dear.
Better than the German werewolf. But yeah, so, let me put it to you this way. If you sent me back in time with everything Arthur has right now, I would do very well, because I have $3,470. What?
I have a plan.
Actually, unlike Dutch, I actually do have a plan. Because my goal is to disappear. I have made this much money. All I gotta do, bribe the right people not to look my way, go out, buy some land out west, start ranching. Literally, that's what I need to do. That's literally what the gang needs to do, but it's not about that.
Plus, if you could take your current bank account and take it back in time, given inflation.
Dude, man, I could buy like a whole like plantation style home.
Be one of the richest men in that time era.
Yeah, rich man, time to go to Tahiti. I actually saw a video that made a very good point. It's like going to Tahiti would actually have been it wasn't a video, it was actually like a Reddit post. It was like going to Tahiti would actually have been a very bad idea because Tahiti like was a very small island controlled by the French. The French would have immediately started looking. It would have been like, why are you here and how do you have so much money? What the heck was that? What did I kill? Nothing? Okay. Alright, time to feed the horse. Why out west?
Raven and Lark, what do you guys think of the David Wood situation? Shark. 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 I'm going to pull something up real quick, just to verify. You asked me this. Shark, you asked me this on the 28th of November. You sent me a video from Inspiring Philosophy about the David Wood situation and asked me my opinion. I gave it to you and you said you agree with my opinion. You know the answer. I swear I think some of our community are going to chat GPT and asking questions. What are some questions we can ask Raven and Lark?
The dang French, yep.
What do I think about?
But if you want our opinion on the David Wood situation, for those of you that don't know, I will explain. David Wood is a Christian apologist that used to be an atheist. Predominantly focuses on he predominantly focuses on witnessing to Muslims because he was good friends with Nabil Qureshi, who used to be Muslim and then converted, and he's kind of done a similar thing with Apostate Prophet, who was Muslim, became an atheist, and now is a Christian. Regardless, he let it out recently that back when he was 18, he had relations of the marital variety with two underage girls. Now, there wasn't like anything, like, he didn't like force them to do it. They came to him of his own free will. He was at like a party. And he admitted he didn't care. And so a lot of people are going on him, are jumping on him about this, saying like, oh, you should return yourself and other stuff like that. But they're forgetting some of the context here. The context is, this was before he became a Christian. He was 18, and he was about to be sent to prison because he tried to murder his own father. David Wood is a clinical psychopath, sociopath, whichever it is, and he was basically he's described himself as pretty much a monster because what happens is he goes to prison. He is put into a cell with this guy named Randy. Randy is a very staunch Christian, and so David makes it his mission to basically like, I'm going to prove you wrong, I'm going to mess with you, I'm going to do whatever because that's my MO, that's what I'm going to do. Over that time of working with Randy, trying to mess with him, trying to study the Bible to dupe him, he starts to think that maybe he's an idiot, and he eventually starts to actually go, he went from thinking he was the smartest person in the world to thinking he was the dumbest. And so he actually started to say, like, maybe I should take this Christianity thing seriously, and becomes a Christian. He has a very great testimony. It's on YouTube. I would recommend checking it out.
Well, the David Wood situation right now is people are saying that because he allegedly, he confessed that he did these awful things, he is an evil person, and no, Christians shouldn't associate with him. But my stance, and the stance of many Christians who know him, are this. We are not going to leave him, because the Bible teaches us that when a man repents of his sins and accepts Christ, he's a new creation. We don't hold him accountable or hold anything against him like that. David Wood has since repented and changed his ways. There's no reason to despise, hate, or ostracize him. If he had done these things and was not repentant, that would be a different story. The fact that the media wants to throw this all at him is just a sign they're scared.
I'll see what I can do.
It's really not even the media. It's more just Muslim apologists who think, finally, we've got him. But again, David Ward actually turned it around on them.
Well, what's funny is the Muslims tried to claim that he was evil for this, and he did a beautiful job saying, all right, as long as we can all agree pedophilia is bad, as long as we can all agree it's bad, well, let me show you how this works the other way, and then pointed out that the Muslim version of paradise is pedo heaven.
Yep. So, kind of not working out the way they thought. But regardless, thing is, when other people are like, isn't it so bad that he did that? I'm of the opinion it's like what he did was wrong. And he will tell you what he did was wrong.
I was asking because I've seen people saying because he's a psychopath, meaning he can't feel what he did is bad. How could he ever repeat it?
Well,
all right. Well, here's my thought on that. Does that mean that if a person is not capable of feeling guilt, does that mean that he can't repent? By that logic, there's no way they can be saved. That would mean that there are certain people in this world God created who he can't save. Repentance isn't necessarily a feeling of guilt. It is a recognition of sin. Repentance is recognition of evil done and a willingness to change. Repentance is saying, I've done evil. I've done wrong. I know I've done wrong and I regret it. I want to turn my life around and never do it again. That's repentance. It is not a guilty feeling. It is not a, oh man, I feel so bad for what I did. I can't believe I did it. I feel so guilty. It is a recognition. I know what I did back then was evil. I know what I did back then was wrong. And I want to do better. I want to be better than that. I want to put all that behind me. I repent of my past sins. So people saying, well, if he can't feel bad for what he did, it's not the same thing. He recognizes what he did was bad and he regrets it. Just because he can't cry about it doesn't mean he doesn't regret what he did. But it's fine. Could you or Lark see Major Kill's video on the salamanders? No. I don't watch much Major Kill.
Let's see.
I don't know what he said about the salamanders, so
I'm assuming it's just standard breakdown.
I mean, I saw the title for the video was, are the salamanders really good guys, or is that just me and lore?
A bit of both. Do you know what string instrument the current For Honor theme of Wu Lin is?
No, I don't know that. I don't know that instrument. I think other part of it is people don't really understand clinical psychopathy. David Wood has a great video where he tries to explain what love looks like for him.
Because he's married and has kids.
He's married and has kids, and David admits approaching love for me is different than what you're thinking. And it's a very complex thing, but it is beautiful. It really is. That's why I know that David's conversion is real. Because for someone, it would be so easy for a psychopath to just write off all this stuff, but he is not. He takes it very seriously, which I think is really cool. But yeah, David Wood, people who are going after David Wood for all this, they are mistaken. And if there are Christians going after him for this, they are just as mistaken.
But yeah, David Wood's an interesting character. When I first heard about all this drop, I was just like, because I was scrolling through X and I saw that, and I saw like several tweets talking about David Wood doing this, and I'm like, I'm willing to bet this happened before his conversion. Saw his video explaining it. I was like, yep, exactly what I thought.
If the For Honor characters had the 7 deadly sins, what would they have?
Are you mean like which characters would embody the 7 deadly sins?
Because the 7 deadly sins don't change. I mean, they would still have the same 7. Are you saying which characters embody them the most? I mean,
see, Shugoki's obviously gluttony.
Shugoki's gluttony. Aramusha's sloth. No, no, no. Artemusa's Sloth, Virtuosa's Pride.
That checks out.
Warmonger's Wrath.
Conquer's Greed.
Conqueror's Greed.
Actually, would Sohei be better for Greed?
Because he's always stealing souls. Yeah, okay, Sohei's Greed. Warlord's Envy. Because everyone keeps getting reworked instead of him.
Yep.
We're missing one.
Lust?
Lust. Who's Lust?
Nusha?
Nobushi. No, Peacekeeper. Peacekeeper. Because she wants to get in close and stick it in there.
And with them kidneys.
Yeah. Shaman is going to because at least Shugo doesn't eat people. No, Shugo does eat people. The difference is he doesn't leave leftovers.
You want to talk?
We're gonna have a talk with Tilly.
Yes.
What's been going on with you?
I can see Valkyrie's lust. She doesn't do enough lustful.
We had a great one. We had a good execution that would have done.
Valkyrie's the only chick who doesn't show her face. Except for Afira. Afira doesn't
How
either.
so?
And Warmonger. You know, I forget what I said.
I mean,
Glad is lust with a toe fetish.
I don't know why.
Actually, that does kind of check out.
That's bad, Arthur.
We amend our previous statement. It is
Would
glad.
Shaman be, I mean, if we're doing multiple, Shaman can be gluttony, but I'd give it to Goki.
You know me.
Goki ate the barbecue, the tray that it was on, the man who made it, and the restaurant.
No, you
And he's still hungry.
Maybe Mike could put a
Yep,
spell on me.
he is the fat man. But is Shigoki, but look, no, Shaman, is she even of a conscious state enough to be able to actually commit sin?
I mean, I always just saw her as kind of a dog.
Mhm.
She's the Viking's pet. That's why everyone wanted another Viking hero, because when Shaman came out, they're like, this isn't a Viking, this is an animal. You gave us an animal. Cute
Okay.
mascot, but it's an animal.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got Yorm, and they said, this is nice, but we still want another one. We just got one, yeah, but it's not good enough. We want another one. Then they got Ringy and said, we don't like this one. Give us a better one. And that's when they said, all right, Vikings, you're not getting anything for a whole damn year. And they went, what? No.
What? No.
Are you saying Shaman is a possible Christian?
No, that's,
Well, that's
not what I was
I
implying.
don't know what any of us said to imply that.
Hold on. There's something big.
Maybe Pride would be war. No, Pride is Virtuoso. We already said that. Pride is Virtuoso.
Ah, we miss Molly getting slapped. She's immediately bolt if you take her near the vet. Yeah, that's true.
If you scratch her behind the ear, her leg pats. Problem is she's not housebroken yet and refuses to be.
Well, we did get her in the woods. She's a stray.
Well, the thing is, I tried housebreaker, but sometimes she'll just glare at me and poop right in the corner. She don't care.
I'm suddenly reminded of the Rice House from Can't Recall.
You would be. Would Holden Cross be an idiot? How is Holden Cross an idiot? What are we, what? How is Holden Cross? I give up. My head hurts. I'm gonna go lie down.
All right,
If you need anything,
I shall call.
yeah, I know.
Let's see. Yeah, it's Astria. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, I'm just going to start, since I'm not contributing enough, according to Miss Grimshaw, I'm going to just be spending my own money, and then I'm going to refill the pot. How far in this game have you gotten? Do you know any secret special interactions yet? I may not know all the secret special interactions. I have gotten to Rhodes, and I am relatively deep in the plot. So I got like one more mission with Hosea before we like move on to the next thing. I bought a boat. Now we can go to Tahiti. It's okay. We'll have to take multiple trips, granted. Have you read Star Wars Dark Empire? I have not. Have you guys gotten far enough to hogtie the vampire guy? I don't even know where the vampire guy is. I've never dealt with him. I know he exists. I've never found him, though. I think he's in Saint Denis, but still. Gotta get some premium liquor. I have dropped almost $1,000 on this camp. So, Miss Grimshaw, never say anything negative about me ever again. And frack off. I'm even buying you cocaine. In the game, Ministry of Love. Take note.
In Minecraft.
Yeah, in the game, in Minecraft. Hey, Lark, what do you think was the better, Red Dead Redemption 1 or 2? That's a good question. Because I think story-wise, I'd have to say Red Dead 2. Gameplay-wise, I think it's kind of even. There are certain things I like about... Yeah. There are certain things I like about Red Dead 1 over Red Dead 2. And there are certain things that I prefer about the other, vice versa. The point is, like, in Red Dead 1, I preferred, like, the hunting thing, how you didn't have to, like, you could just, like, skin the stuff and instead of having, like, throw it on your horse and having your inventory, but some people prefer the more accurate inventory. What on earth are you talking about, Dutch? Okay, thanks for that melancholy situation there. But as I was... I had a... hold on. I will attempt to be nice.
So, what do you think of this place?
Oh, actually, I'm asking him something.
Hermit camp, right?
Oh, it's wonderful, Arthur. Thank you for asking.
Yep.
That dialogue did not match up.
Good morning, Arthur.
I'll get on those debts.
Good, good.
They
Do I-
better be.
Do I have any notes to collect? But yeah. ML Dark Empire 11. Oh, okay. I prefer Undead Nightmare. Yeah, Undead Nightmare is one of the things that Red Dead 1 has over Red Dead 2 because, like, that is a huge, like, almost a secondary game of an update. So I gotta give them that. But I think the combat is about even. It's a little interesting. There's some gun choices in Red Dead 1 I like, but of course that's just later on. But I feel like Red Dead 2, the world itself, feels more realistic, if that makes sense. But hey, what are you gonna do? Real question is, what happened to Red Dead Revolver? As far as I know, it's just it never garnered the same amount of attention as Red Dead, because like Red Dead 1 really kicked off. Sorry, boys, I'm pretending to be a lawman in these parts. I'll get you eventually. Settle down there, bud. Hello, for my given assumption, but I believe you are Raven's younger brother. Yes, you are correct. But trust me, people have been asking that question since I first started poking my head on this channel, and they will continue to ask it years later down the line, I'm sure. And now that I just killed out those Confederate wannabes, we're going to loot them and take a drink. How historically accurate is Red Dead Redemption 2? There are certain things I think it gets pretty darn right, and there are other things that I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure? Like, the fact that we would have Confederate raiders running around at this point in time, probably not. Were we closer to the actual Civil War, I might be a little bit more forgiving of it. Oh, that was an actual dude. Oh, he's not using it. He's dead. But So that I also think they are a little bit too charitable to the Indians in this. I think not that they. I'm not saying they weren't given a bad rap in real life, but they kind of go with the Hollywood like, oh, they were just so noble and just treated as poor innocent victims. They never did anything wrong, kind of thing. That's why I love that scene from Bury Me at Wounded Knee. Well, anyway, got another wagon to sell. Every time I try and go meet up with Jose, I find another wagon that I need to fence. Here's a video about that topic done by a channel named Real Pixels. I am unfamiliar with it. I may have to give it a watch. Now he's going to comment that I scratched up the wagon. Well, the real question is, why'd they put a fence in front of my wagon? I know you and Raven did Assassin's Creed rank videos, but would you do a Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2 ranked? I think that might be hard to do. I think I'd have to play Red Dead Revolver in there to do it, but like, if you're looking for me to go back and judge historical accuracy on it, I guess, but the thing is, their games never claim to be truly historically accurate because they're not imitating the actual West. They're imitating spaghetti westerns, like the Western genre. And for that, they do really well. Right. Indians, Native Americans, whatever, like, however you want to call them. I use Native American and American Indian pretty much interchangeably, unless I know exactly which tribe I'm talking about, like Choctaw or Iroquois, which is more of a confederation, or Cherokee. But you get my point. Lark, what is the thing with Native Americans that you find people treat as victims too often? A lot of people are quick to recognize, and rightly so, that, well, Native tribes kind of got a bad rap. They got a bad hand, basically. Hosea states it very good at the end of the day, like they've had it rough, or rather, they said we screwed them over. And in a sense, and for several tribes, there's an element of truth to that. But it's kind of weird, and this happens to a lot of subjects over through history. If you look at the early part of the United States, while Indians were still very much active throughout the continent, and shortly thereafter, the history books basically say they were evil savages that America had to either kill or civilize, and America did nothing wrong. That's one view of it. However, as time passed, we started to realize that view wasn't correct because it was just sis boom rah rah, America does no wrong. And so then they started to overcorrect by saying, oh, look how poorly we treated. We were just absolute monsters, these people. We should, flagellate ourselves daily in recompense. Give back the actual land? No, absolutely not. Make other people feel guilty and give them money. Not my own, just someone else help them out. No. I'm just here to make you feel bad. So you can give me money, and then maybe I'll think about giving some of it to them. And so that's the thing. They enjoy the guilt trip. I thought it was a Lemoyne Raider for a second. There's the guilt trip narrative. The real history is a little bit more, how shall we say, complex. Because just as the colonists, settlers, and the American military did dirt by the Indians did not always treat American settlers or colonists well. Like there was bad blood on both sides, and that's the thing. If you read the first-hand accounts of the people that interacted with the natives, it isn't like oh yeah, they were these peace-loving hippies that we just decided to beat the crap out of one day and steal their land. No, they were just yeah, it went crazy. And of course, this varies from tribe to tribe. You have some tribes that are a little bit more peaceful, and some tribes that were more warlike. Looking at you, Comanche. So, and that's the thing. And just as you might have some Indians that also, they run into a bad deal with, say, some Spanish explorers. And so they go, okay, we don't trust those Europeans. Then the French roll into town. However, they don't know the difference between the Spanish and the French, so they start attacking because, well, history has taught them to do so. The French come back and go, hey, these guys are really mean. And so they run into another Indian tribe, and they start attacking them, and the other Indian tribe's like, why are you attacking us? Because both sides can't really tell the other apart. But of course, then you have the European powers playing the Indians off of each other, and you have the Indians trying to play the European powers off of each other. It's a whole convoluted, because one thing that they sort of do is they sort of forget that the Indian tribes are filled with humans, just like the European nations and just like America is. And they are all invested in their own self-interest and gain. And looking back, we can see that America clearly came out on top of all those conflicts, and so we're very quick to go that we must have done something evil or wrong to get to that position, and ignore the fact that the Indians, while in an unfortunate situation, did not always do the best thing. Some natives also committed human sacrifice and owned slaves. Absolutely. In fact, the Cherokee, they started to adopt not just their own slavery practice, but the slave practices of the American South, and almost in an effort to try and blend in. Didn't work, though, because Georgia still wanted that land. But no, you got to give them props for trying. They created their own written language, started a newspaper, practiced our kind of slavery. They were really trying. But, of course, Andrew Jackson was like, yeah, I don't think the Georgians fighting you is going to be a good idea, so I'm just going to kick you off the land regardless of what Chief Justice Marshall says. If anything, this happens to the entire rest of the world, and they're just mad that they lost. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just... And what I find very surprising, and typically what I ask the people, because they'll bring up like one of these situations when they'll go, I have some Cherokee in my Native American, Cherokee Native American in my family. That isn't too surprising, because the Cherokee were one of the biggest and most prosperous tribes, and so they kind of got around. And so, particularly if you're anywhere from the American South, flip a coin, you might be related to the Cherokee, or a tribe the Cherokee kind of took over or kind of wiped out. Regardless, but one of the things that do is kind of like, okay, what's the cutoff point for when it's kind of wrong? Because this is a good example, and Raven, if he comes back in, he might want to tell the story himself. But basically, what happened is he was in a college class, and the professor was talking about how bad the British, like how evil the British were for like taking over India and all they did in it. And Raven raised his hand and go like, you say this is bad, what about the guys before it, the Mughal Empire? They were even much harsher. And he goes like, oh, well, that's different. How? The only real difference is like just the timeline. It's just like one did it a little bit earlier. It's like, when's the cutoff date for like, okay, this is when doing bad stuff means you're an a-hole. But even then, they can't find a timeline to do that, because if they did that, there would be some groups and people that they consider almost sacrosanct that they now have to condemn, which they won't do, because it's kind of a funny thing. It's like, for example, they'll look at the Crusades and go, oh, man, the Christians were so mean and evil for doing the Crusades. How could they do that? And then you go, okay, what about when the Islamic empires invaded into Europe? They're like, oh, you can't get mad at them for that. It's like, but they took slaves. You guys said you have a problem with slavery. Like, oh, well, that's not the same thing. Do you think the Tyranids need to step back? Hold on. Shoot, you're still alive. Oh. Always something to do in Red Dead. Quit squealing. I'm working, okay? Okay. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Anytime, Viking. I'm working on it. Oh, let me study the horse first.
I can't stand being on this bus no longer.
All right. Well, as long as the horse doesn't kick me, we should be okay. All right. Let me get you over here off the road. And we are going...
Set me free. Lord, save me.
You don't have to scream. I'm here. I'm helping.
Oh, praise be. You came when you did. I don't know what would have happened.
I can imagine, and it ain't pretty. But look at the right side. You got a free horse out of it, and assuming that wasn't already your horse.
Oh, guess that's that then.
Better get out of the way before someone assumes I did something illegal. But yeah, as far as the Tyranids go, I think I'm kind of Tyranided out, if you will, because my biggest problem with the Tyranids is I recognize they are a serious threat. I'm tired of of people going like, oh yes, they are the threat. They're going to win because, like, don't you know that there's so many Tyranids, they're going to literally consume the Milky Way galaxy, and they'll show that picture of like this big maw surrounding the Milky Way galaxy. I'm like, one, that's not canon art. Two, there's not enough biomass or raw materials in the universe to make a biological thing that big. And also, the idea of this, like, oh, there's always, like, we're just dealing with the scouts of the Tyranids, the bigger fleet's coming soon. And I'm just like, how are they feeding themselves in the meantime? Because you got to think about this, like the reason the Tyranids do what they do is because they need to eat, consume to grow, and also sustain kind of what they have. If they really have like there's just this massive, like, do they not suffer from atrophy or anything like that when they come in? Sure, they can last for long periods of time, but keep in mind they started coming to the the Milky Way galaxy because of the Pharos device that was fired off during the Horus Heresy, and it took them what, like 9,000 years to show up. How many of them are there? Could they come in? Like, and if it really is just like, oh, they're all just going to swarm us and we all die, where's the fun in that? Narratively speaking, or, you know, even from a game that's just boring. I don't mind them being a major threat, but I like to treat them more like the orcs, as like that's a serious threat you cannot underestimate and ignore, but at the same time, we've got bigger things to worry about. High fleets have infighting with each other, and I think that's a cool concept. Sort of like ant colonies or something going at it. That's fun. Have you heard of a YouTuber called Jake the Lawyer? If you're not, you should check him. He does videos, History, Legal Doctrine. He did a video next to Declaration of Independence. Yes, I heard of him. I actually saw his video on, We Did Not Steal Land from Mexico, that I thought he did a very good job of explaining that whole situation. And like how Texas came to be. You're in Chapter 3, correct? I believe it's, Chapter 3. Could Xenomorphs thrive in 40k? No. Xenomorphs realistically only survive in a few specific situations. Xenomorphs are particularly scary in enclosed environments in space because fighting back risks like hull breaches because of their highly acidic blood. But once you throw Xenomorphs onto a planet, they stop becoming really that threatening. Because now you can just open fire on them and it's like, some acid got on the ground, that's okay. Hold on, fellas, hold on.
Hey there, mister. Hey, fellas. I have a meeting with Mrs. Braithwaite. My associates are already here.
All right, that's enough. Move along now.
Don't mind if I do. Do you think they'll ever make a Warhammer 50k? Not really, no. They're milking too much money out of 40k that they don't feel the need to update the setting that much. Because that would not do. Because keep in mind, the reason they jumped from Fantasy to Age of Sigmar is because the Fantasy just wasn't selling as well as 40k was. And so they decided, let's just nuke the setting and start over from there. Not realizing that they could have just, if they just released Total War Warhammer a little bit earlier along with the Vermintide games, or just waited for that, they would have gone up in sale anyway. But, Alex, take care, Shark. Usually by Wayland Yutani. Yep. But yeah, Xenomorph, can you imagine, I think most Imperial Guards could take out Xenomorphs without issue.
A gentleman to see you, ma'am.
So, your friend, the other liquor vendor. Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
How we doing?
Arthur, welcome. We were just playing cribbage. Arthur Morgan.
Did you win?
Catherine Braithwaite.
Nice to see you again.
Apparently. So this one, he as big and as dumb as he looks?
Yep.
Well, he's surely big, but his intelligence is a matter of some conjecture. Some say he is as dumb as he looks, but I think, well, he's not quite that dumb.
So these are the boys going to Gallagher Hall?
Yes, we could take care of that for you, but one hates to be coarse. There is the question of money.
Oh, we've got money, Mr. Matthews.
Paper, bonds, metal.
She ain't gonna pay you with a certified check, you Yankee numbskull.
Hey,
I was
Charlie,
hoping.
Just the most beautiful miracle. Seems a lady can birth monkeys, after all.
Tell them like it is. What is faster, mass relay travel from technology or warp travel? I think it's a little funky because mass relay travel launches you from one part, can launch you from one section of the galaxy to another relatively quickly. But then if you're going somewhere that doesn't have a mass relay, you've got to rely on some other stuff which isn't as fast. I will say Mass Effect travel is probably more reliable, but still. Am I wrong? Okay, I'm the one right. Yeah, it is pretty instant, but warp travel is like the beautiful thing is like the Mass Effect relies on an external force. You can put a warp drive on your own ship. And the End Times and Vermintide, the destruction of Warhammer Fantasy. Yeah, that was a poor decision on Games Workshop's part because they wouldn't have had to bring back the old world if they hadn't blown up the setting. And really, also, there's like the whole End Times and the lore been handled better. I think people would have been a little bit happier about it. And also, like the start of Age of Sigmar was a little rocky, but I'm not as up to date on like Age of Sigmar lore as I probably should be. I mean, I do have like a Seraphon Vanguard box, so I should at least start looking at that. However, every time I go to my local game shop, they don't have any Seraphon army books, which irritates me. They're saying FTL is slower but more reliable. In the sense of just like from system to system, yes, but if you're going across galaxy, then it's technically faster. So like if you're trying to get from the Citadel to Earth, it's faster, but if you're trying to leave the Citadel, Citadel to get to like a very specific location that's away from a mass relay engine, then yeah, that's going to be a bit of a trip. So surprising they didn't wait for the Cessna Total War to decide that. I think they had just like after like so many years of just Fantasy and 8th edition not selling as well as they would like, they just already given up hope, which may have been why they were so willing to try and invest with Total War. How could she do this to us?
It hurts. Well,
I trusted her!
I thought she loved us, man. Betrayed by her own mother.
For those of you that don't know, our family gave us leftovers, and we were having some for dinner tonight, and we were going like, wait, where's the potato salad? Because our mother creates potato salad using like her grandmother's old recipe, and it's the best potato salad that we have ever had. And so we're unique in the fact we like potato salad, but what happened? But when we were going to check the fridge, we're like, wait, where's the potato salad? She didn't give us potato salad. And so we thought this must, of course, be an oversight, and so Raven decided to message our mother and ask, hey, what happened to the potato salad? And she just said, yeah, wait till Christmas. And we're like, how could you do this to us? Call me English one more time.
In what sense?
Well, they knows you.
Maybe you're right. You know what? Here, I'll go hiding back. Here,
Irish.
act naturally.
I'm still waiting for Warhammer 2K.
Before we're ready.
I will try.
Try and do an impression of a...
That's just now, bud. Where is the potato salad? Is it safe? Is it alright? That's what I want to know. But yeah, it would really be wild if you did like Warhammer 20K or 25K, like during the Rebellion of the Men of Iron. So you see like truly what Dark Age of Tech humanity was. Yeah, literally the Kylo Ren meme. Traitor! I can't get too mad at her. She also sent us enchiladas home, which were very good.
We're here. Stay out of sight. I'll do it.
Because, yeah, Mama can cook. I need to get a recipe for gumbo, too. It's like, every time I go home now, I was like, I need your recipe for this.
What you want, boy?
There was a thing at the saloon.
What you talking about?
Well, I'm delivering the supplies.
You're not the usual driver.
You want a bottle, friend? Here.
My guns are sticking out. Zombie pulls the rifle. Here!
I mean, you know harm. I've come from Donegal, in Ireland.
You don't say.
Yeah. They said you'd understand. Some kind of incident at the saloon in town. I was told to bring this up here. Ask no questions, I'll tell you no lies. Sort of business. Before the officials got there, they said.
Okay. Drive this way. I'll show you how to get there.
Oh, thank you, friend. Have a drink. Sure.
I don't know which is worse, the fact that Sean is making this work, or the fact that this guy is so stupid Sean was able to dupe him.
Good to meet you, Hamish.
The boys, how goes the Umis today? The Umis are good. The Umis are pretty good today.
But fine nonetheless.
Does Tech Priests of the Imperium have ways to remove butcher's nails with a person dying? No, they do not. And that was the problem. Because, like, even the Emperor, like, tried to crack the problem with his scientists back in 30K, because he was hoped, like, when he abducted Angron, he hoped that he could remove the butcher's nails and kind of, like, fix him. But it's like, if we can remove it, but he'll be pretty much brain dead. And so the Emperor's like, frick, fine, just send him out as is. I kind of still think the Emperor started the AR Bolt, considering that a lot of the weaponry the humans could use on him from the Dark Technology could kill. It makes you wonder if he started the rule unopposed. There's that theory. There's also the theory that he saw that it was going to happen, and so he started to take precautions, like to build up the Imperium after the fact, so that he could like sort of get everything under control. And some say that he thought that they might have gone too far with the Dark Age of Technology, and that's why he launched it or whatever. But who knows? Could anybody ever revive Conrad Kurz? In theory, yes. You could have, maybe not revive, but make a new one. Because what would happen is you'd have to get someone like Fabulous Bill, or Fabius Bile, as he's correctly called, to recreate the body and coax the Primarch's soul back into the body, because that's how he got Clone Grim. Raven!
You did say Fabulous Bill?
Fabulous Bill, I did say.
That's brilliant.
It is brilliant.
Quite a place you boys have got here. Reminds me of one of them big houses out in Donegal. Real fancy places they was, Hamish. Real fancy. Because if some folks got all the money, they can build quite the fanciest places imaginable, eh? Well, the average man's...
I'm sorry, you seem like an alright fella. Looks like Brad Pitt.
But here till it gets dark.
How does he have a bullet wound in the back? I just snapped his neck. Did he just get shot early and he was just chilling on guard duty? Didn't tell anybody?
Good. You already got these things ready.
Okay.
Considering how long it took to tear it, it would have been a problem to do so against the Federation of Old. Yeah. But you could also argue that he didn't, like, he actually liked the Federation of Old, because some people say, like, after he had, like, established the Imperium of Man, take care of all threats, Chaos Gods die off or are so weak they can't do anything, he and the Primarchs would have, like, slipped into the shadows, like, back into the shadows and let humanity run itself. Because that was one of the things that irritated Horus with Malcador, because Malcador said, like, no, the running of the Imperium must be left to mortal men, and Horus did not like that. I'm still thinking of entering a Google Doodle contest, but the theme is my superpower, and I want to do something with the orcs for 40k. Any ideas? You can have based on the law feel like if you believe something enough, it becomes true. It could be a superpower you don't even know is active.
Wait, there's someone coming on the left.
Gotta get real low.
Oh, hey. Well, I thought the wagon already arrived. This one didn't. Strange. So, what you got there?
Any more booze?
Payroll?
Okay. Dropping by the supply shed at the back of the fields.
Sure. See you later.
You hear that?
You see, Hamish, we act on the rules of 80s action logic.
Just let me deal with our friend here.
According to what the heck? I got a jug and I'm not afraid to use it.
On. You douse the fields. I'll meet you at the barn.
Try to stay out of trouble.
We're burning tobacco today. Hey there, Kingston. There's a lookout on patrol. You don't see anything. Smoking kills, time to burn tobacco with liquor. Yeah. You know, it's just not the same. I feel like I need some dubstep going on to this with a flamethrower instead. Do you think Dorn was right to go against Gilliland's Codex? I think he was right to have some objections. I don't think Gilliland was entirely wrong with some ideas of the Codex. I disagree with some things, like the idea that the chapter has to be only 1,000 Marines or no more unless you're in an active Crusade fleet. I would have changed it to be something closer to, like, say, 5,000. But hey, that's just me. But yeah. Gotta keep that juice a-flowing. Running. I can smell it from here. Yep, be thankful it's not a weed field. Otherwise, they wouldn't be shooting everything going like, dude, you got any snacks?
That's good.
Come on. There's a lot of moonshine in this one bottle.
Next.
You didn't see me. If all Space Marines follow the Codex, why don't the Grey Knights? Because the Grey Knights are kind of special. They were not created. They were created directly by Malcador. And they only really pop out when the Ordo Malleus calls them upon them to do so, or they know there's a demonic incursion somewhere. It was this point how the modern Ultramarines treated the Codex as a Bible when it was supposed to be like more like guidelines. Yep. But that's what happens when you create this rule, or this rule book, and then force everyone to follow it.
Think she'll go, Arthur?
Oh, sure.
Would you look at that? Yeah. Now let's burn those bloody fields to the ground.
Time to commit some arson.
We'll deal with these fellas. You keep burning.
Somebody shoot him already!
Woohoo! Take out the Grey Guard, but I'm still I'm still burning the fields down. There's nerdy looking glasses, and he didn't even wear glasses. Like, which is worse, an asshole that is too stubborn to acknowledge, or an asshole who's aware of it and refuses to change? I think one that won't acknowledge it, because if you acknowledge, like, yeah, I'm a bit of an a-hole, then it can be a little bit of an endearing thing, depending on how they treat it. But if they just refuse to acknowledge it, then either they're in denial or they're even bigger a-hole. Alright, I better go make sure that Sean doesn't die. Why is my health so low? Run around barefoot. That didn't work out too well for you now, did it? I was doing my job. Maybe you should try it, Sean, sometime. I mean, if I had been the ones left behind to take care of the guards, they had already been dead by now. Just saying there, Sean. Just saying. Your mother, that's where. Now, shut up! I don't know who they were shooting. We're over here.
Look out! There's more of them! There goes our right out of here.
The wagon we saw come in earlier. We can nick the horses from that.
All right, where is it?
This way. Look out! Here come more of them. Come on! More guard coming in!
We're not Braithwaites, we're actually independent contractors.
You're gonna die here. They seem to be taking it well.
Time to show him a quick draw McGraw.
You burn with him. They didn't tell you there'd be an army of them? They didn't tell me.
Yeah, probably for the best, Sean. Like, what's the best smartass answer from a student? You giving them way too much credit.
Hosea better get us paid real well for this.
I will say this. I did have a student rickroll me once. If the payroll is here.
We did good, Morgan. We did good.
Right, well, let's go.
Yeah, you get them horses free, Marker. Come on.
Oh, they're both okay. Look. Waiting for Sean, am I? I was gonna get on that one, but okay.
Okay, let's get the hell out of here fast.
Oh well, getting a free horse out of this. You think with after all the casualties they took, they'd just call it a day, but you'd be wrong.
Straight out the main gate. Come on.
I'm gonna jump over the fence instead. Because I'm just better than you.
Jesus, that turned into a right party.
You call that a party?
That Braithwaite hang
The
on.
first IRA agent, I say.
Get out of here first.
Oh, you are earning money. Yep. And that's what's important at the end of the day. I'm making money. And by proxy, so is the gang.
I think we lost them.
I don't think you understand the gravity of the situation. And Mr. Lark, a student tried to 6-7 me before I threw him.
The rest of it will fight.
Before I threw him through the third-story window. Absolutely. Thankfully, my classroom is not on the third story. In fact, my school doesn't even have a third story.
What now?
Or a second story.
Head on back to camp.
You coming?
Sure.
Probably need a nap. Why is payroll at the edge of the property? It seems idiotic. I gotta put it somewhere, I guess. Like, what class would you and Raven be putting Dark Tide instead of Hive Scum? Yeah, you're right. We neither of us want to be Hive Scum. Well, we're not Psychers, and we're not Ogrins, so that kind of narrows it down to Soldier or Zealot. Raven would probably go Zealot. I'd probably go Veteran. That is my guess.
Home, sweet home.
You let Hosea know how we got on.
Will do. Hey, you got any tobacco? I'm busting for the smoke.
I bet you are. I bet you are. Alright, let's go ahead and hit you. I had to try back in time giving John an Ford F-250. That'd be kind of... I was like, alright, once this is great until the tank runs out. Then, well, you're... Good luck.
Hello.
If I recall correctly, I don't think John liked the Model T that he rode in Red Dead 1. What? Was Javier miffed at me for some reason? I do not know. Oh well, I could use to hit some shut-eye myself. I've been working too hard. That's a my commission. I'm not interested in that right now. It's nap time, baby. We'll sleep till noon. What do you mean it's already morning? Oh, I gotta refresh something. Alright, there we go, that's fixed. I wish they let the Navy revolver from online be used in story mode. Yeah, I wish that too. But no. It's too powerful to ever use that. I'd rather have like the more powerful OP gun in single player than in single player than in multiplayer. We're not interested in eating a shotgun slug on our shoulder yet. Not yet. Give it time. How big is that? Oh yeah, that's my hitched horse. Do you like bows in this game? I'm actually not a big fan of bows in this game. Before I do anything with you, Bill, let me see. Do I want to keep this horse or do I want to sell it? Could Necromunda be a great Warhammer setting for a video game besides the Hive Wars and the hired gun? In theory, I have no real interest in Necromunda. Of the settings you could go to in the 40K Galaxy, it's low on the list of places I would want to focus on. I just don't care for it personally. It's not my thing. But yeah, to answer the earlier question, I don't think bows in this game are particularly good, particularly since the rifles just feel so much better, because like being able to snap and fire is all they good. Not to mention the fact that they kind of force you to use bows for like to get perfect pelts with small game arrows for like smaller targets, even though they give me a varmint rifle and it irks me. What is this?
I couldn't have drawn it prettier, no sir. Oh, hey, mister. Remember me?
Are you the guy that likes that raw tobacco?
How you doing today?
Oh,
Hey,
ginseng.
here?
It's ginseng.
American ginseng. Take a feller from not too bad to hardy as buck in no time. Really something. Yep, you don't find this every day. Dose this in your medicine, give it some zip. Believe me.
Whatever you're selling, I ain't buying.
Anyway, I ain't gonna use all of this, so feel free to help yourself to whatever's left. You take care now.
Do I have to? Apparently I already have some. Yep, don't even need to wash it, just right into the mouth. Alright, back to the fence. What would change if Games Workshop brought Lion back before Gilliman? It depends. If he's still in Imperial Nihilus...
How about this beauty?
Give you for $5. But yeah, if he's still like popping up in Imperium Nihilus, then not much changes, because he's just going to be moving on to take out threats. If he shows up in Imperium, I forget what it's called, like Imperium Primus or Sanctus or whatever, then he's going to have to do something like, I think it'd be similar to how what Vulcan did when he showed up in a war during the War of the Beast. Simply because, well, like, he took over because he needed to, and Lion would look at the state of Holy Terra and go, yep, I don't like it. Like, I don't necessarily want to rule, but I gotta straighten some things out. And so he would probably just immediately, like, kill all the rebel High Lords of Terra, install competent people, like, who he assumes to be competent people, then start immediately going and wrecking house on the traders. But that's what I think. I forgot today is Thursday. Senior year sucks worse than junior year somehow. It can. There's a little less stress, I think, in junior year. I remember you. I tried that plant last time you gave me. I shit myself alive for a week. It happens. Alright, I'm almost back. I not carry any more juice. How screwed would all factions be if Gork and Mork stopped fighting? That too messed up. Now the question is, like, if they stop fighting because they're now focusing on people, then they're in trouble. Because if they actually said, all right, Orc, stop your own fighting and get your act together and start conquering the galaxy, then that's a problem. Because if we get a Titanic wall, we're in trouble. So you're schooled in the Marine Corps. Ooh, I wish you luck with that. If you get shipped to Paris Island, you'll be relatively close to where I live. Right, I believe Bill had a job for me. Old Butcher's Bill. Oh, Billy Bob, we used to call him, and sometimes we still do.
Arthur!
What?
Yeah? How you... What the... Listen, we're gonna be okay. If you say so. What about the money? Back at Blackwater? Nah, it's not the time for doubters. I ain't a doubter nor a believer. I ain't nothing. So you keep saying? Next time, Arthur, try faith. Try faith.
Why don't you get up off your keister and do something? If Juggernaut Khan were to come back to the setting, would he appear in Imperium Sanctus or Nihilus? He could pop up in either. It really depends, because the thing is, we have a Primarch in each now, so I don't know. I think he'd probably want to pop back up close to Chigora so he could, one, reunite with his White Scars, but two, take the fight to, like, the Maelstrom section, because, like, the Red Corsairs have they've caused some damage to Chigoris, and so it would be very nice for him to come back with a bit of a rally the troops, if you will.
What are you doing?
Prepping for a robbery. I've had a good run of luck recently.
Okay.
Robbed a house up in Roanoke Ridge. Robbed a couple of drunken soldiers out near the swamps.
And what are you about to do?
A stage.
Well, good luck.
Well, you want to come with me?
Well, I could.
Too much of a hothead.
That's true.
A bank stage, and without much security. This feller was telling me about it a couple of nights ago when we was drinking. It's gonna be coming right through, and the bank reckons the cost of security ain't worth the risk. Now there'll be a couple guys, but nothing too serious, and lots of money. Easy money.
Well, that's always the dream of every thief. Easy money.
Well, like I was saying, my luck is in now, Arthur.
Well, then, why not? Who you taking?
I think we need a girl. See, I got a plan in mind.
Well, in that case, Tilly, you free? We got some work.
You should have picked someone other than Tilly, because Tilly's gonna throw a monkey wrench in this operation. All right, Castine, let's get rolling. Australian is the same as the Warp, and it's basically like a mini Eye of Terror, and it was basically where the Red Corsairs were camping out. I like how Dutch spends the entire game quoting one author from his point of view, and then Arthur actually beats the author, and he's like, what? No, that's not even close to being right. Yep. So he was too proud for this job. Yeah. The thing is, I think if I had been the one to instruct her, she probably would have done it just fine, but the thing, she didn't like the idea of taking orders from Bill. Arthur, come on.
Done all the groundwork on this. Next time she brings in a lead of her own, we'll all bow down, I promise.
I'll remember you said that.
I'm gonna remember you blow this popsicle stand. Hey, like, did you see mine? Did I? I spent it all on booze, Lark, so you choosing death points gun to idiot. Oh, shit, at least you had a good time with the booze, right? Do you like the idea of the Eldar using the webway to avoid the Orc? I think that's kind of the few unique things they got going for them now. I don't want to take that away from them. Poor Eldar, they need a little bit of love. They haven't had any love in a while.
Alright, just take it easy, you two. Get your minds on what matters, so we do this right.
Let's cut up through the creek.
Let's. I feel like Karen and Maribeth would have worked. Like, yeah, because what he's trying to do, Karen directly did. She did this at the bank heist. That's probably where he's like, yeah, I saw that was effective. I want to try that myself. I'll get one of the girls to do it. He asked Tilly to do it. He may not have described it as well, but Tilly damn well knew what he wanted. And, well, you guys will see. I don't even have them as the abadabba-do. It's a boring way of making this own webway. Yeah.
First picked out for camp.
The dry riverbed?
Yep.
Last thing was your vein bringing Papa Smurf back and Fuegan leading Aspect Warriors against the Emperor's children. Yep. They haven't really done it. I guess Yvrain, like, reversing the rubric on some rubric Marines was kind of funny. But that just goes to show the Thousand Sons have lost to the Yanari. There is no recovery. Gotta feel bad for some of these Primarchs as they were used for war. No wonder some of them got snapped. Well, like, war was kind of built into them. It's not so much that they're used for war, it's that they weren't treated as people a lot of the time. The Emperor, in his somewhat finite wisdom, neglected treating his sons as well sons, which wound up biting him in the keister.
Should be coming from over there.
What you want me to do?
Just act dumb and silly and get the thing stopped. You know, like you do.
And what you mean by that?
He means play coy, go over, pretend there's an issue to make them stop.
I don't like your manners, Mr. Williamson. In fact, I think you're an obnoxious idiot.
What'd you say to me?
I didn't say enough to you, you useless half-man.
Half-man? Half-man? What does that even mean?
Do you two stop arguing?
He started it.
Here's a goddamn stagecoach. You doing this?
Yes. Come on, both of you, follow me.
What's the plan?
There's been a change of plan.
Tilly, this is your own damn fault, and you know better. You lost your hat, buddy! Was Lorgar the only Primer who cared for Angron, and could Blood Angels recover if they lost Dante? Okay, that's two questions in one, so... Here's the thing, the Lorgar, I think, cared for Angron the most. I think like some of the others cared for Angron in their own way, but they didn't quite know what to do because, well, Angron's not exactly the most comfortable person to be around. Good shot. Alright, I'll do the heavy lifting on this job. Thanks, Tilly, this could have been a lot easier, but no. You just had to be smart with old Bill. I get not being, like, that fond of him, but I can't get over that. That was just mean to Bill. Bill didn't deserve that. Come on now. Slow win anymore because of the nails. Yeah, well, now he's a corn demon. That ain't helping. Come on. You're almost a Valentine, gosh dang it. Stop! I blame Tilly.
You take the honors, Arthur. Grab the loot from inside.
Don't mind if I do. But yeah, Lorgar, I think, genuinely cared about all of his brothers. To an extent, it's just place a dynamite charge and then shoot. Okay, we'll use dynamite. There we go. I was afraid I was out of dynamite for a second. Do I plant it on the side? Looking for a place to plant.
Are you going to blow it or not?
I'm looking for... Okay, you know what? Fine, Bill. If it weren't for the nails, he wouldn't be anywhere near Korn. There is some truth to this. I mean, Korn still could have gotten him, but he had to work a lot harder. With the nails, he was practically gift wrapped for Korn. Hammer gets the worst dad ever mug. I'm not sure I'd call him the worst, but by gollies, he could have done better. That's all I'm going to say. Because, like, with Horace, he was actually pretty good. He was actually pretty good father. Sanguinius, he was pretty fine.
You owe me my cut. Don't think I'll forget.
I know. Go on.
And Tilly gets nothing.
See you back at camp.
Only $300? That's honestly kind of low considering what I was expecting. The payroll for the plantation was more than that. Sangron is a pet to a more cruel master. Ironically, yeah. Gilliman's criticism of him was actually pretty accurate. Like, you're still a slave, Angron. You just don't know it. And such is the life of poor Angron. But yeah, and could they ever recover if they lost Dante? I think they could. Thanks to the Primaris reinforcements, I think they could recover. But the problem would be is that replacing a leader like Dante is going to be exceptionally hard. Because not only does Dante have a lot of experience, he is probably one of the most level-headed Space Marines you will ever find. And that despite his over 1,500 years of service to the Imperium, he still has a connection to his humanity. Which is surprising, because even at like 1,500 years, like, he still remembers his like life as a human. Which a lot of Space Marines, they don't remember. Like, the Imperial Fist, if I recall correctly, they actually, like, wipe their memories. So do the Grey Knights, but, like, they don't, like, a lot of them just don't remember because they've lived so long, they just don't remember what it was like being a kid or anything like that. Hey, Castine! Why? And are you okay? She's fine. You alright? You alright? Let me brush you off after that. Yeah, the chapter would live on. My biggest concern is if the Blood Angels started to take direction from Gabriel Seth. Could the Emperor's Sword permanently kill Angron if it was used by Lion instead of Gilliman? I mean, the Emperor's Sword is said to be able to do that. But that goes to the question, since Angron isn't just your average demon, he's a demon prince, and also a demon prince coming from a Primarch. Could it? I want to say in theory, yes. But there's no way Games Workshop is ever going to kill off Angron. One, they love Korn too much, and two, the model sells very well. See this fella. How you doing, sir?
Best steer clear, else you want a few new holes. Go get lost.
I ain't here to cause trouble.
Okay, he's going to be rude. Don't appreciate that. Try what? You know what? I think you need to learn some manners. Come here, let's practice your football tackle skills.
When I get free, you'll feel no end of the pain.
Oh, I'm sure. I'd rather be a guardsman than wipe my memory. With my memory, I acutely have loved ones I'm willing to fight for than a bag of bones and soul-consuming throne. Yeah, that's the thing. But like all Space Marines have some level of degree of hypno-indoctrination, so they got that going for them. So they don't necessarily need the memories to attach, but like Dante having them is what like makes him so much more so. I think you're right. Yeah, having those memories of like, hey, I'm fighting for something. Like, look at Gaunt's ghosts. They have a real thing to fight for. And I hope that guy learns a lesson about not being rude, because, well, he was just so rude, and I feel like a little time out, tied up next to the beach as the tide starts to rise, will make him rethink his whole life. Someone made a fanfiction where Primarch were all females and they were just in My Hero Academia. I was about to say, like, oh yeah, I know about the thing you said in My Hero Academia, and I'm like, this is new. Not gonna lie, My Hero Academia female Primarchs was not on my bingo list for today. And I'm concerned. Let's hope the Caps don't get him. What are they gonna do? I am the cops in this county. Get a little Hassenpfeffer. I need to stock up more on the old varmint rounds. I wish skinning rabbits were that easy. And yes, I know that is technically like a technique thing being done still. Pearson will like this. I better go actually see what Micah wants to do now, dagnabbit. And if anything, the Black Rage was Korn's last middle finger to Sanguinius as he died for not choosing him, turning his son into the berserkers Korn always wanted for him and his sons. Yeah, that was a middle finger. I forgot that Korn was the one directly behind that, but still. The Black Rage, man. What a thing. It's like as cool, like as dark as it is, it's still kind of cool. What is this? Yeah, this will do it.
Easy there. I'm trying to get these. Jesus Christ. Glad I weren't the target. Thank you for your help.
You have a good one now. The fanfiction in general somehow has the ability to expand your mind to all possibilities, all the time being so degenerate that Satan takes notes. Yep. It can be the problem. Now, put that away. I want to start looting. Oh man, he must not have anything good on him. How about you, bud? You got something good on you? There we go. Now we're talking. And let's hope the crabs don't get him. Yes, YouTube. I know how to spell. Why did Kabanda aid the Blood Angels during the War for Ball instead of just killing Blood Angels while they fought Tyranids? Kabanda hates that he didn't get to either convert or kill Sanguinius, and so basically he has the sort of mentality, if anyone's going to kill those motherfrickers, it's going to be me. So he popped up during the Desolation of Ball, literally to start cleaving the Nids, just because, like, again, if anyone kills them, it's going to be me. And literally he met up with, like, a Knight of the Blood, if I remember the chapter correctly, and he, like, literally talked to him and said, like, listen, I want to kill you, but there's an addendum to that. If you turn to Korn, you will have all the blood you could ever want. Your thirst will be quenched, and you will be able to just join me in glorious slaughter. So what do you say? And the Knight of Blood, knowing damn well he wasn't going to beat a demon prince of not a demon prince, but a greater demon of Kabanda's power. He just told him, and I'm paraphrasing here, get bent, and then charged him. He died, but by golly, what a way to go. But yeah, fanfiction can be wild. I actually have read some 40k fanfiction that's actually pretty good. Like, there's the one where I didn't think it would be good, based on just like, but like the idea is like it's an isekai guy that becomes the second Primarch, and basically he's the blank Primarch, gets a wife and all this other stuff. But like, it's actually not too bad. It's not like groundbreaking or anything, but it's pretty good. Then there's the one where there's like Isha, instead of getting captured by Nurgle, winds up going to escaping to the Emperor, which leads to its own shenanigans. It's not a romance, but still. Could any inquisitorial force commissar and guard regiments into Inquisition service? Technically, yes, they have the authority to do that. Because it's like Caiaphas Cain, he even mentions that Amberly does not need to ask for his services. She chooses to, but she could just wave the badge and say, you will do what I say. But the thing is, Amberly is smart, like Gregor Eisenhorn is smart, and knows that sometimes asking and working within confines is more beneficial than just waving your authority around like Keamor Karamazov. I'm going to regret this. Okay, Sean, what do you got?
What's up, big man?
Not much. What are you doing?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Oh, hello, Arthur.
And what's she doing?
She's doing nothing too.
What
I thought you were sweet on Karen.
are you planning?
Just a little light robbery, Arthur. Nothing a serious fella like yourself needs to worry about.
And you need to get Mary Beth killed as well as yourself?
Away with yourself, Arthur Morgan. We'll be getting rich, not killed.
I'm going to remember this next time he comes to Rhodes with us.
I'd rather be shot.
If you insist. I'm in.
We don't want you in. We got this ourselves.
I've seen you fight, little feller. You can kill any one of us. But I ain't letting you take her out robbing, not without an extra gun.
But she'll be acting, not fighting.
Sounds good. Come on then, let's go rob this. What we rob?
A stagecoach some fella told me about.
Man, we hit every stagecoach.
Tell me more.
I read Far Cry 5 fan novelization where the writer explains not only why the PC is mute, but also how they earned the Wraith designation for scalping and crucifying cult members. Well, the cult members may have deserved it. Ever consider that? But Caiaphas can be either a lucky scoundrel or a coward. He considers himself kind of both. I view him as a hero with a mountain, or rather a galaxy of survivor's guilt.
All right, follow me.
Because a lot of the things he does, as Amberly points out, are not of benefit to him, but he does them anyway because I think deep down he generally is a good person. The Far Cry fan novelization. Well, if I was to be writing a Far Cry fan novel, I would be changing the ending.
Give them some sob story.
Yes, of course. Easy enough.
We'll be hiding up above. Once they're unawares, I'll put in a few shots, let them know we mean business. Then move.
It's funny, we're doing the same job as Bill wanted to do, except doing it with a woman who actually knows how to do a job. And he shag any woman. He has had some flings. However, now that he's kind of had, he has relations with Amberly. Amberly's kind of his one. He even says he goes on record as saying, "I only have room for one homicidally dangerous woman in my life." To which Amberly then follows up in her commentary of that story by going, I choose to take that as a compliment. It's also really cute, and it's one of the reasons I love the Caiaphas game stories. Like before he met Amberly, there will be stories of him like talking about other women, and you can sort of see, particularly like in the audio novels, that Amberly kind of gets a little prickly about it. Just like, I don't like the fact that he's thinking fondly of like other women he's been with. It's kind of cute. It's kind of cute and endearing, and that's one of the great things about Caiaphas Cain. It's the novels are very they have a lot of levity to them, which is in short supply in the 40K galaxy, and they're just good reads.
Let's leave the horses here so they're out of sight. We want a rifle with a scope.
If I recall, it was expanded that the deputy was shot in the neck during the first car chase in the game. They only whispers when speaking. That's an interesting way to do it. Cute in a light yandere kind of way. Listen, if your Inquisitor GF is only light yandere, consider yourself lucky. But also just the fact that you're banging an Inquisitor is a huge feat in of itself. Because one of my favorite scenes is there's this Slanesh witch that comes out, and she has this like hex on her that makes you, when you look upon her, you see the person you love most. And so, like, he's with these Valhallan guardsmen. The guardsmen are looking up at them. They're seeing, like, their sweethearts from home or whatever. And he looks up and he's like, Amberly? And he's confused until Jurgen moves up to him, which breaks the illusion. And then he whips out his las pistol, points it at her, and says, while she's baffled that, like, the spell dropped, and just says, impersonating an Inquisitor is a capital offense. Which means this Slanesh witch just died knowing that Commissar Caiaphas Cain is banging an Inquisitor, which is great. Boss, I swear, if I go loose one more coach, I'm going to lose my mind. Employee, boss, we got another one. Boss, but it's a cigar with one drag. Disney 80s style.
Are you sure about that?
Your eyes ain't what they used to be, old fella.
If you say so.
Your scalp ain't about what it used to be, Irishman. And I say that not because I hate the Irish, because he keeps calling me English, even though I'm pretty sure he's Scottish. What's actually funny is Arthur's actor is from Ireland. I'm more Irish than you, pal. What are we gonna do there, Sean? Would you rather date the Lady Inquisitor Greyfax or Beyond Ranger? Greyfax without a doubt. Keep the Drukhari away from me.
Nice young girl like that. And I'm sure we can make an exception.
Thought you were just gonna threaten him.
They seem threatened to me.
Right in the heart. Alright, oh, hold on, we got one far in the back. You had my little lady friend there. Hold on, always time for a little extra looting. Gotta get a little more. Alright, there we go. I made a rogue trader OC who marries a crew. Well, that sure is a different take. Hope she doesn't eat you. That's a nice hat. Can I take it? Alright. All seriousness, we gotta get out of here. Am I just gonna... Okay, just loot. I didn't know if I was gonna be driving it or anything. You know, we could also... The horses are still... Well, you could sell this in Emerald Ranch. Clipped out of reality for a few seconds there.
That's a nice take. You did good, Sean. You too, Mary Beth. Hold it. We'll split it up later. We better get out of here.
I like how you swan into this at the last minute and then make off with all the money.
Split up and meet back at camp. Go. We don't have time. Hang around.
All right.
Meanwhile, I will sell this. I think this will be like the third stagecoach I've sold. This stagecoach is selling stagecoach is good business. What can I say? Okay, unrelated question. Why are the Dark Angels on the thumbnail of the Dawn of War 4 trailer? Gotta watch the trailer, man. Gotta watch the trailer. Spoilers, it's because they show up. But yeah, they're there. Did Caiaphas Cain sleep with tech priests? And what's the problem if Mars and Call made a dreadnought for the Emperor? Okay, first question there. Did Caiaphas Cain sleep with a tech priest? He did not. There was a sort of, maybe not a tech priest, but like she was like an acolyte of the tech priest, but like she hadn't gone through serious augmentations. The only augmentation she had was she had like a mechanical tail. And it was on Purlia. It was like one of his earliest adventures. And she was described as being kind of flirty and just very friendly, and that she and would go on like never to really complete her vows because she didn't want to give up like human things like enjoying food and, well, you know, human company, if you take my meaning. So, yeah, oh gosh. What's the problem, bud? Gosh dang it, man.
It's real deep. Suck it out of me, please.
No, I'm going to give you a health cure to actually help you out.
I can't believe I don't carry this with me.
Neither can I at this rate. I should probably give you a second one so when that happens again, because I'm not around.
Oh, you're so much, mister.
You have no idea.
I can't believe you saved my life twice.
Neither can I.
Well, I best be getting back to town. Gonna eat a stiff one tonight.
You were going to get a stiff one regardless, weren't you, bud?
That's it. You ain't getting another out.
Next time I'm just going to take you over and say, Micah, you suck the poison out. Hey, good to have you back, Truck. But yeah, so he never actually got with the tech priest. What's actually funny is his actions on Purlia got made into a movie, or like a holodrama as they call it in the 40K Galaxy. And when they got made, he actually got mad because they like made a fictitious person for him to like have a romance with. So that irritated him, and he also got mad that they didn't mention Jurgen at all. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And what's the problem if Mars and Krall made a dreadnought for the Emperor? As theoretically awesome as that would be, the Emperor needs to stay where he is because, one, he's powering the Astronomicon, and two, if he gets off of the Golden Throne, a warp portal opens up on Terra and the Earth basically gets gobbled. So he cannot leave, otherwise everything goes... One thing the fan novel did that I liked, when they encountered the Bliss Drug, everyone started wearing gas masks. Yes, that's a good idea. Yeah, but that is correct, Tempest. You take him off the Astronomicon, or the Golden Throne, however you want to call it, Terra goes boom. And here's the problem. If Terra goes boom and the Astronomicon goes out, that cripples Imperial navigation, which means the Empire's probably going to collapse. What if it's just the same snake every time, and the snake is just trying to drain Arthur of his healing potion so it'll be easier prey? The problem with that theory, let's check the satchel. I have prime rib steak, I got carrots, I got bread. Actually, I need to go hunting to get some more food. Actually, do I still have the rabbit on the side? I think I still have the rabbit on the side. I gotta start cooking that. So you're telling me they could find a way to get the Golden Throne and turn it into an Emerite Dread? So wait, hold on. Are you trying to suggest you turn the Golden Throne into the Dreadnought-like casing? Just your Golden Throne on the go? That's of no value to me. Bring me something. How is this not of any value? Is it because the wheels are broken? I feel like it's because the wheels are broken. What do you mean it's not of value, man? Am I not good enough for you? You could at least take the horses.
You undressing me with your eyes? All right.
Yep.
He'll be fine.
Yep.
Why do Cadia say Cadia stands even though their home was blown up by Blackstone Fortress? Because basically it's like, hey, Cadia may be gone, but Cadia lives on, that sort of thing. That's the same reason why they say the planet broke before the guard. It's kind of a rallying cry. Because it's like, hey, you may have destroyed our home, you may have like taken everything of us, but we're still going to come over, we're still going to put a few last bolts through your skull. Because Cadians are built different, what can I say? That should make the price go. He raises prices on me, I'm going to shoot him again. Because that's the funny part. I will come back, he will be alive, but with like a bandage over his head, and he'll still do business with me. You can't resell it because it's all armored up. He can... That was unexpected. He can take the armor plating off. And besides, I'm sure he can find someone who could use an armored carriage. Need me some fat to make some more fire bottles.
Easy. Whoa.
If Chaos is not honorable but Abaddon salutes the Cadians, I thought all Chaos Marines have no honor. Some do in their own way, because here's the thing, a lot of Chaos, it also depends on what god you should. Like, if you're a Khorne guy, you're probably going to be a little bit more honorable than, say, someone like Tzeentch, who uses trickery and warp nonsense to get by, because the Khorne guy will like want to fight you just one-on-one, if possible.
That's good, girl.
But as far as like if any of the other ones are honorable, they can have their own sense of honor. Like I remember one Death Guard guy, as he was like taking down a bunch of a bunch of loyalist space marines, he kept on saying, like, I'm going to destroy your gene seeds. None of them are going to be taken. None of them are going to be corrupted. We're like you will be the last of your kind. And basically saying that is like, hey, don't worry, your legacy ends here, fighting valiantly rather than as corrupted by me, which was honorable in a sense. And Abaddon also has his strokes of honor, like when he allowed the Black Templars to take Sigismund's body back. It depends on the Chaos Marine, but a lot of it has to do with, like, a lot of Chaos Marines think, I don't worship Chaos. I don't fuck it. I just use Chaos. Yeah. The lie and the other lies we tell ourselves. Because that's how it is. Oh, I'm just using Chaos as a weapon. And then the Chaos is like, sure, buddy. Sure. Just like, I'm only going to take one hit of methamphetamines. That won't have any negative repercussion on my life. So, it's the spell called, is it fate? No. It's flipping me the bird. It is a message from our Lord on Terra. We must go F ourselves. These are truly dark times. Whoa. I found a moonshining operation. Here, let me donate to the community fund. Sorry. Now I'll kill you now, too. I'd recommend reading the Night Lord Ominous for some good chaos. For some good chaos characters. I haven't read it myself, but people say it's great. I was like, yeah, the Night Lord, dude, you may want to read it, but... Yeah, last chaos book, I need to finish it, but, like, I was, like, Huron, Blackheart, Lord of the Maelstrom. Let's see if this cell actually explodes, I'm curious. But yeah, I'm actually not that big a Night Lords guy. I get why people like them. I do understand it. It's just... I've said this before, but some of you may not have heard it. This might sound weird. I like the Word Bearers. And I recognize I am a rare one for that. There's probably more Iron Hands fans than there are Word Bearers fans. But the thing is, the Word Bearers are unique in that they have no disillusions about, like, they're like, oh, we're just using chaos for our own ends. No, they worship chaos. They worship it. They have seen the ugly nature of chaos and said, yes, I will still do it. I also think they have one of the most legitimized falls to chaos out of the legions, because it just makes the most sense to me. Because, like, the Iron Hands, I don't think made any true sense. Thousand Suns was kind of ridiculous, but hey, that's how Nietzsche likes him. Fulgrim and his fall was just, haha, he picked up a penis sword. So yeah, I think the Wordbearer's reasons for turning traitor make absolute sense. And, like, what do you think of Metatron doing more political videos? He's welcome to do it. It's his thing. And apparently he has a fan base that enjoys it, so I don't see the issue. Because here's the weird thing. I actually think his content's gotten better. Because by his own admission, Metatron has, like... me and Raven used to think he had a bit of an ego on him, and he came out and was like, yeah, I do have a bit of an ego thing. It's like, because I'm Italian. I grew up in Italy, and that's just something that we have. He's like, but getting married really changes your perspective on that. That humbles you a bit. And so, like, I don't know. I think that as he's gotten married and as he's produced more and more content, I think he's become a better content creator, in my opinion. Night Lords have the aesthetic that Blood Angels should have had, in my opinion. Yeah, because they're both, like, one are vampires, one has the sort of whole Dracula aesthetic. And I get that. It would have been kind of interesting, like, both actually suffered from the Red Thirst to a degree, like, they went whole hog, but you had, like, good vampires and bad vampires, sort of like how you had, like, sort of the more noble Manfred von Karstein versus... Not noble Manfred, I'm talking about Vlad von Karstein. Manfred's a piece of crap. Manfred's the bad one. And then you have Conrad. Alright, well, you guys suck at moonshining. Yeah, the other issue I have with Night Lords is that, well, the Drukhari kind of do what they do better. It's kind of my similar problem with the Iron Hands, and that it's just like, if I wanted what the Iron Hands were going for, I'd be playing the Mechanicum. Or Mechanicus, depending on how you want to call it. There's something red over here.
Okay then.
Yeah, same. I like Metatron doing more political videos and still doing history on his main channel, but he's dedicated to history videos. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. You gotta stay fat and fit. Not to mention he's one of the few channels that accurately portray history as it is. There's a few others that do it, but the problem is they typically don't get as big. I think Metatron's one of the biggest that does history that does history as accurate. Like, he is concerned very heavily with accuracy and trying to cut through biases. I mean, dedicated in history, man. Yeah, that's what. Who do you think?
Dumbass.
Don't call Charles a dumbass. He's a good guy. Come on. Let's see. Help out Micah or go fishing with Javier? Let me donate stuff to the cookbot, and then I'll go. This ancient relics are allowed to communicate with us. The Emperor would not describe how pissed off he is at you. Well, the thing is, he can communicate with custodians through dreams, and he did talk directly to Gilliman.
Me too. But we could do well here.
I'm an eavesdrop.
Feels like we're living with ghosts.
Ooh.
To me, it feels like what I've always said. America is man set free for good and bad. And this place, oh, this is the bad. Greed, illusion, all these people are rotten. And they have always been.
You know, not everyone is the Braithwaites or the Grays. There's some decent people that live here. Besides, we're outlaws. Who are we to judge? Hey, Lark, do you and Raven do HEMA? Raven experimented with it a little bit. Because he used to go out for a place in Savannah, but that kind of the distance was a problem. It's like he's done, Raven has always done more martial arts out of the two of us, and he's dabbled in several. His particular favorite, though, and the one he trained the most in, was Muay Thai. But I know he's we both did karate when we were younger, but that was that was sports karate. I almost don't want to count that. He dabbled with it a little later. I know he was looking into some judo here and there. I'd have to ask what it is done. The one I know he focused on predominantly was Muay Thai, because that was the one he actually competed in. I think it was the amateur circuit where he was, but because it was never his intention to go pro. He just wanted to learn self-defense. But yeah, I never got big into martial arts. The most it is whatever Raven would learn, he would come back and say hey, I want to show you this because I think it's useful for you to have it. And so then we would go out and we would spar, and then my head would be fuzzy for a bit because he would go you should have dodged. You're more of the marksman kind of guy. Actually, that's the funny part. Raven loves blades and close combat. He's the better shot in IRL. Literally, this is a true story. We were in Boy Scouts. I was probably 12. He was 16 or so. I forget the exact, because we're 3.5 years apart. And we're going shotgun shooting for Boy Scouts. So we go up. Each person gets to shoot at 30 clay pigeons. I shoot 6 clay pigeons out of the sky. First time I've ever shot a shotgun, and if I recall correctly, I was kind of small for it because I think it was shooting. I forget whether I was shooting a 12 or 20 gauge. Regardless, it was a bit of a kick for me and hard to use, so I only got 6 shots. I don't think I'd be doing it that well, regardless of it, even now. He knocked 25 out of 30 the first time. So he is ironically the better shot of the two of us. And so it's kind of a thing. I like guns more, but not a great shot with him. He's guns are cool, but I prefer blades, but yet he's really, really good. I don't know, maybe it's sort of the Atticus Finch train of logic, that it's just, hey, I think it's almost cheating. Raven. Dodge! You guys got shotguns in Boy Scouts? Close thing I got was shooting BB guns. Well, they did not provide the shotguns. We provided, because there is a shotgun merit badge. I don't know if there still is, because Boy Scouts has changed so much since I was in. But yeah. Where's the donation pile? Oh, there it is. Raven has Deadeye. He's been out of practice for a bit, so we're both kind of rusty. I went out shooting with my buddies a few weeks ago. I brought my handgun, and that thing kicks up so high that it can be hard to aim after at longer ranges. But hey, that's true of any pistol. But they let me use the AR-15 5.56, and I was pretty good at hitting anything about 100 yards down. Past that, it got a little squirrely. Of course, I was using a decent scope, so even then, any success that can be had can be attributed for something else.
Not the best quality, I'm afraid.
I didn't ask your opinion, now did I?
Thank you.
Okay, nothing else that can be donated really for that. So we'll donate a little too. Use a grenade launcher. Hard to go wrong with a grenade launcher. Could the Emperor Gilliman pardon Cypher without the Lion's talk with Cypher? In fact, this is something that Raven talked to me about. There is a theory that Cypher is actually Corswain, and that he is doing what he's doing under the Lion's orders. So, yeah, do with that information what you will. A 410 fires a single slug. This is a horrible choice for shooting clays. No, we use target shot. I can't blame it on that. I was like, oh, I was firing slugs. That's the only reason why I screwed up. But anyway, let's go see what Javier wants, because it's better than chilling with Micah. Use a grenade launcher. Those squirrels don't stand a chance. Actually, I did kill a squirrel with a pellet rifle. I could have used, just because they won't let me use 22s in my parents' neighborhood. But I did kill it, and I was like, hey, I've been kind of thinking about this. Dad, do you mind if I try skinning it, tanning it, and eating it? And he's like, shoot, go for it. So I killed the squirrel in my parents' backyard. I skinned it, tanned the hide, and ate it. I still have the hide somewhere. I need to get it out. Anyway, Javier, how you doing?
What are you doing? Going fishing.
Is Asmodai the only zealot Dark Angel? He's not the only one that's very zealous about it. Like, he's the most zealous chaplain, I would say.
I can't fish with you. You're far too good.
Oh, come on. Hey, join me. I'll show you a couple of my tricks.
Any excuse to hang out with old Javier.
Not too far from here that I've been wanting to try out.
Glad you're so excited about
And it seems that the Emperor is also in on the plan, considering the custodian literally told Cypher not yet. Yeah, that's the thing. The theory goes that Cypher is Corswain, and he was given Lion's Sword, and he refuses to use the Lion's Sword. If he truly was fallen and did not want to work with the Imperium or Lion, he would not be. He would have used it by now, but he doesn't. He also doesn't seem to have a lot of regard for his fellow fallen. And literally, when he went into the Emperor's throne room to kill the Emperor, a custodian said, "Yeah, dude, not yet." And he was like, "Oh, okay," and just left.
Been a while since we rode out, just you.
Because the theory is what he needs to do is, like, if the Emperor ever needs to fully die, Cypher is going to go in and use the Lion's Sword to do it.
How you feel about everything? Been a strange couple of months.
Yeah, for some people in the HEMA community don't like Shad. They call him an armchair guy, like armchair historian. I don't know what their criticisms are specifically, but I can't get on Shad too much because he actually has medical conditions that prevent him from doing a lot of physical stuff. But what I've seen of Shad, I think I enjoy.
If we have to run, we'll run. If we must die.
Also, the theory that Cypher is Omegon is pretty interesting. Yeah, but everybody's Omegon at this point because we're all Alfarius. Remember, I'm Alfarius, and maybe you're Alfarius. We're all Alfarius.
I know that better than most.
I tried winning it with urine. Doesn't work.
When they should be looking at themselves.
I work Shad's historical stuff mostly. He's fun in those areas. I like his historical stuff. I like something. I like one of my favorite videos he did is like he went to like this medieval reenactment banquet where they like basically prepared a feast as they would in the actual medieval period. He basically explained what would be served, what the etiquette was, and all that stuff. And I thought that stuff was fascinating. I also like when he talked about like castle designs and other stuff like that. It's good. I occasionally like when he talks about pop culture and stuff, but I prefer his history content. But hey, I like Shad. I like Nightwatch too.
Oh, you're asking the wrong feller.
Is Alpha Legion considered weak? When the plot demands it. Because the Alpha Legion, like, some just are one of the strongest legions because of their unorthodox fighting styles. But other times they're considered like, haha, we pushed them over real easy. Because, again, they use unorthodox fighting styles, which doesn't always work. I earned all my shooting and archery badges for Boy Scout, then I outdrew and outshot a cowboy reenactor, so my Scoutmaster made it up a rank of gunslinger because it amused him so much. There you go.
Okay, come on. Let's go try our luck.
Ah, little pond here.
Pretty country.
Pretty small pond to pull a lot of fish out of, but then again, it's connected to a stream, so we could be getting some rivers. River fish. You could definitely tell his passion for medieval history. Yeah, it's infectious, and also I love like his theme.
I'm going to cast from over to the right there, so we're not in each other's way.
Thinking I'm gonna get in your way? Is that how you see me? It ain't easy being cheesy. Gotta switch over because I'm so used to doing the Far Cry. Yeah, me and Raven were playing some Far Cry 5 the other day, and used to that fishing system. Look at you! You itty bitty thing. You can go back. Oh no, he's on the. Get back to the water, buddy. Come on, you gotta go. Oh, okay, he made it. That was about to be ugly. Let's try corn this time. You know, blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne, milk for the cornflakes, that whole deal. Yeah, fishy, 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 fishy. Haha, I gotcha. Oh, it's like a little bluegill. 1 pound, 2 ounce bluegill. She was a good bit. I caught him with corn though. I keep him. Little pan fried fish. Gut him, cut the head off. We can eat the whole thing. Oh, give me that corn. Don't forget to paint for the corn minis. I actually don't have any corn minis. Like I said, I have word bears that I still need to go back and paint. I just got some paint. I need to go back and do it. I suppose I burnt through a lot of my paint painting painting the hell brute right now. Painting a demon engine though, that'll wear out your paint. Another bluegill. How big are you? Oh, you're a keeper. Hand 5 animals into camp. Or trapper. Live or just the corpses? I didn't get along with my Boy Scout troop. They stuck me with the younger group because the troop master's son didn't want any more members in their age group. He was fired. I forgot why. Yep, not all scout troops are built the same. Mine was pretty good. We actually had a higher percentage of the lists getting eagle than most, because our scoutmaster was determined you are going to get your eagle before the smell of perfume and gasoline distracts you. Little pickerel. Like a Moby sardine right here. I keep one. You have any luck there, bud? Javier? I joined Civil Air Patrol as Presidential Citanus, helping distribute food, medical supplies during the Hurricane Irene hit North Carolina. Oh, good for you, bud. I really hope the Space Wolves get better lore in the future. Well, I suspect that the Space Wolves will be getting Lehman Russ back when 11th edition comes out. And so they'll be getting some new lore there. But the Space Wolves are kind of like the secondary favorite right behind the Ultramarines, so they're going to get new lore. Whether or not it's going to be good or just more of the same, well, remains to be seen. Did you hear that Metatron's going to be a dad? Yeah, I did hear something about that. Good for him. Also, you got any chance for putting White Scars? I've heard that White is notoriously difficult to pan in Warhammer enemies. Listen, as soon as I figure out what to do with it, I'll tell you, because that's the thing. I am not a great painter. My Dark Angels came out looking okay, and truthfully, I still need to put on like their little, like the emblems, but I'm kind of scared to do so for fear of ruining what I've worked on. But like, yeah, most of my minis look okay. That's as good as I will say. They look okay. I just don't want them to be furry space Viking cosplayers who have Gary Stu energy. I'd focus more on getting rid of the Gary Stu energy than anything else. Why do the Dark Angels view their brothers who serve in the Death Watch with distrust? Well, so it's sort of the thing where it's like, hey, you are now serving outside of the Dark Angels thing. Like, we don't want you sharing any secrets. Because, you know, just the Dark Angels are just secretive by nature, even before the Fallen. You, sir, are a fish. I will throw you back. So, Javier, how you doing? Talk to me, buddy. I got kicked out of JRTC because Drill Sergeant was a jerk. Well, drill sergeants aren't known for being the most friendly of people. What are your thoughts on the Loch Ness Monster? It's an interesting cryptid, to be sure. Do I think it's real? No. Do I think the stories are fun? Yes. But it's about as real as probably the Lizard Man of Bishopville, South Carolina. I swear, I think this might be the same bluegill. It's the same one. Alright, I gave you a chance. You stupidly decided to come back. I'm going to try switching over to... Oh, no wonder I'm having problems. I'm supposed to be standing on this yellow spot. Now he's talking to me. No wonder. I thought he was just being rude. See if I get any takers on this Lickler. There are a lot of chaplains in the Death Watch. Dark Angels there to make sure the knowledge of the Fallen is kept secret. Yep. Hence the distrust. I heard you see Jake Lawyer explain the separation of church and state, why it's called America is not a godless country. Yes, I actually have seen that one. I've seen 2 videos from him, and I liked those 2. Oh, waiter, more books on the Imperium, please. Eldar Town, Leagues of Votan. Hey, when are we getting books? Who are you again? I think the Leagues of Votan actually did get a book. But it's a little easier to write Imperium books, admittedly, because, well, you're telling the perspective from humans. I honestly think that we could get some more Eldar books, but no. Yeah, I was afraid of that. I don't think there's anything big enough in here for this to catch.
Well done.
Are you pulling bass out over there? We'll go back to cheese. And they're still objectively the good guys in this setting. It's just that they have to do horrible things sometimes. Yeah, I think Pontius did a very good job explaining why the Imperiums in the setting, like from a lore perspective, are the good guys, if not if at the very least protagonists. Because it's kind of like, hey, the dark part of this comes from the fact this is what they had to do. Alright, they ain't biting because it ain't easy being cheesy. just keep pulling them out there, Javier. I just thought it was a really good job explaining the separation of church and state. Yeah, and church and state is often misunderstood. Because they think it's like, oh, the church has to get out of the state. I'm like, that's partially true, but it's the idea that the state cannot interfere with church business.
I guess it's still relaxing, even if I don't catch anything.
He sent me out of the other cadets because apparently me being a better shot than him pissed him off.
Staring at the sky.
It's your bait, I think. Come use some of mine.
Oh, it's not the bait. It's me. I've always been a poor fisherman.
How many fish you got in your pack?
You don't say it.
Just try some of mine. Here. Crickets.
Thanks.
All right. I was doing fine with the cheese until the story demanded that I switch to crickets. A channel called Brit Monkey did an extra video covering the Titanic sinking from the POV of the radio operators. Replayed messages from the night in Morse code. It's pretty interesting. I might be more interested, but I have learned more about the Titanic than I ever wanted to.
Well done.
Particularly because, like, my freshman year of college, my not my capstone, but like my introductory class was run by a guy who was obsessed with the Titanic. And so he, like, made us do all this research on the Titanic until he got replaced. I don't know why he was replaced. But, like, okay. But it was just so much crap I had to research about the Titanic. This is a beast compared to what I was catching previously. Look at you. Yep, you're a keeper.
Oh, keeping you.
Let's try for one more and then head back. What do you say?
Works for me.
Fine with me.
I got a better idea. Use dynamite to fish. Well, that's just unsporting now, isn't it? Besides, Javier gave me these crickets. I'm going to use them. When I got my Eldari Codex for 10th edition, I paid $68 with tax. Yeah, I hate that the books themselves are pretty freaking expensive.
Look at that. That's a good looking fish.
Well done.
I was thinking, you remember that stagecoach we held up in Nevada?
Yeah. It was a tip from that crooked lawman in Reno.
We opened the door and it's full of women and children. Rich, but women and children. So we let it go and read in the newspaper that the O'Driscolls robbed and killed them all the next day further down the trail.
Yep. You know, way back in the day, Tom O'Driscoll and Dutch were sort of friends.
They were?
Well, not friends, but they had an understanding. Then Combs Main Street got meaner. Dutch wanted to try to live a different way.
And now, here we are. Another one.
I know I shouldn't have put Jiminy Cricket on the line.
I heard people talk about huge smallmouth in Lake Owanjina, west of Strawberry, over at Big Mouth. You know, lure to catch one that big, though.
Take notes, gentlemen. Brother Rose does not take a genuine or a prodigy to become a decent fisherman.
Look at that. That's a good looking fish.
Well done.
I just need one more. Come on. Don't quit on me now, fishes. Kind of like a rivalry between gangs that got less friendly over time. That's pretty much the situation that... Oh, crap. I was distracted. I don't care if it's not a smallmouth or a largemouth. I just need something to bite. Finally got him. Oh, you're a fighter, ain't you?
Pull to the left as he goes
he's not fighting right now. Come on. Oh, there we go. Now he's putting up a struggle. Yeah, he is. Come on. Come on, fella.
Well done.
No, there we could quit this whole gang thing and just become fishermen. Honest trade, honest work. And we're keeping you. I caught more with cheese, but whatever.
I'm gonna head back. You wanna join me, or you keep trying for these bastards?
I'll come.
Okay.
I only came for you anyway, Javier. This is better than trying to buy RAM in this account. 230 for a single stick of 32 gigabytes. 32 gig is the same amount of storage on the Xbox 360 Fat. What? The bleeding. Yeah, there's... I forget what's specifically causing... Oh, yeah, it's like the AI nonsense that's, like, causing, like, RAM to become more expensive. It is ridiculous. Oh, I'm hoping the price goes down soon. As I got our Jane Czar, my first combat patrol of the Fate Breakers, Dire Avengers, and Corsair Void Scarred. Nice. The combat patrol is 164 on Amazon. That's not too terrible. I believe I paid about $180 for mine. The cheapest one I think was the Seraphon box. Which was like about $160. Alright. I'm gonna regret this, but we better go see what Micah wants. Hey, Liddy!
Good work on that bank job.
Loved every minute.
There'll be plenty more where that came from.
Dang, the sooner the bubble bursts, the better. Granted, the economy of the frick because the tech bros put too many eggs in one basket. Well, that's a sad fact, because the thing is, like... I don't like when, like, it's like smart technology, how they're just like, hey, we gotta put smart technology in everything. Yeah, we gotta do it. Like, my dishwasher does not need to be connected to the internet. I do not want my dishwasher connected to the internet. The less people know when I wash my dishes, the better. Same thing for my lawn and any appliance. Just because it can have a Wi-Fi connection doesn't mean it should.
Okay.
Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called...
Hey, Molly, where's Dutch?
Well,
Okay. Didn't expect you to quote the Beatitudes.
Sure, that line of thought serves you and me very well.
That's because, Cowpoke, you are a man of profoundly limited intelligence.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
Well, you and the old man and Dutch have been running around, digging us ever deeper into shit. Old Mr. Pearson might have gone and lightened the load a little. Pearson! Ain't you curious?
I guess. Gentlemen.
Let's hear it.
Dutch, you tell him, fat man.
It's peace, Dutch. The O'Driscolls. I mean, I think there's a way.
Oh, this mission.
Talking about?
Get the words out properly, fat man.
I met a couple of the O'Driscoll boys on the road into town. Things were about to get ugly. But you know how I am in a fight, huh? Like a corner tiger. Anyway, somehow it didn't, but we got to talking, and they suggested a parlay to end things. Like gentlemen.
Gentlemen. Combe O'Driscoll. Have you lost your minds?
Yes, but that's besides the point.
Do what has to be done.
Do you even 40k battle sectors?
They want a parlay?
You mean the game?
Well, of course,
I do own it. I need to go back to it. Are you going to watch season 2 of the Fallout TV show? I might.
Shot. We ain't getting shot because you'll be protecting us. It's a trap.
That's one way to put it. I think AI is one of the big people don't like shit. Yeah, and I think that's a silly reason because there's a difference between like using AI art for like creative concepts and stuff. It's another thing for like an entire corporation to sink their whole like direction into AI. There's two different things. And getting upset like a small content creator, and I know Shad's technically bigger, but like a small content creator for using AI to make like some pictures versus like an entire corporation like diverging so much into AI for the sake of laziness when they could do better. I think those are two separate things. Yep. And trust me, as a teacher, AI is really irritating because I cannot tell them many times, like, kids, do not use Google AI for everything. Do not use ChatGPT to answer your questions. Particularly because you are not going to, you're not smart enough to use the AI correctly. And also, I can tell when an AI writes something versus how a child writes something.
Fine. Mount up then, Morgan.
I have mounted up. I'd like to just go on record this is a bad idea. Not just because Micah came up with it, though that is part of it.
You know,
You're a teacher? Yes, I am a teacher. I teach 8th grade social studies.
barely remember a time when it was different.
You're still fighting him now. Make no mistake of that. Here he goes. Doubting Thomas. Is there any plan you ain't...
Micah, I'm surprised you understand this much of the Bible.
Just nervous. Let's not waste any more lives needlessly.
What you gonna do, Dutch?
Costing lives here. I'm saving them. What did you say? We had Pinkertons coming after us?
Because of Blackwater.
And Leviticus Cornwall and his private army. Then, who knows when this local hillbilly thing will come to a head?
Yeah, we should probably be leaving town, like, now.
All these fronts. And O'Driscoll.
There is wisdom in
Yeah, Activision, you just keep adding the reasons to hate COD. Multi-billion-dollar corporation can't hire a single artist to draw some nameplates. Yeah, that's the ridiculous thing. Because, like, people are like, I got death, like, Raven and I got told, like, said they hoped we get Kirk because we put an AI picture on a thumbnail. And I'm like, oh, so why are you yelling at us versus, like, some company like Activision's like, they have the multi-millions, they don't need AI, they're just lazy and cheap. Whereas we was just like, hey, we do not have the time or the money to hire out the artists in the way that we would like.
We got you. I will do my best. Oh, my dear.
Personally, find it amusing that my math teacher told me that I wouldn't always have a calculator on me. Look at me and my cell phone now, you old crow. That's the thing. Though sometimes I wish I had my old TI-84. And actually, did I have a TI-84 or a TI-83 calculator on me? Because I got so used to using the calculator on my phone just ain't the same. I can tell you must put up with a lot from those brats, myself trying to become a writer as well as a world history teacher. Yep! If you're trying to become a world history teacher for a high school, learn how to throw a football. Because that's all they care about.
Maybe he's right, Dutch. Maybe I have pushed too hard. Got us in a situation that could have been safer.
I can end it. I can end it right now. Dang it. Game won't let me.
And I dream too big. Caring too much. That's my problem.
That is not your problem.
There's no such thing.
Dutch, you can't be buying this.
Horse shit from both of you. It might be. Micah might be full of shit.
He is.
Colm O'Driscoll might be full of shit.
He is.
The promise of this great nation. Man created equal. Liberty and justice for all.
Do you really want to talk justice when we're three outlaws riding around with multiple homicides on our rap sheets?
It is worth believing in.
How are none of you dramatically out of shit falling out of Micah's mouth? I know, right? I guess my horse is just tall enough.
All I ask is you try.
Oh, I hope there's a history freak like me in the class. Occasionally you do get the history nuts in the class, and they're typically fun to teach. Because they ask very good questions that a lot of the other students don't. He's hired specifically at a high school, so he's like a dedicated to them. So it's like sort of like above that, where he fills in for a lot of other stuff as well. He's gunning for a English position right now at it, which is we don't know why they haven't filled it yet. It's our district can. Well, I say our district, like other districts don't have massive problems when it comes to all the chicanery. Alright, I gotta get up there. Not getting up that way. Easy, Castine. Easy. President Micah also has public indecency under wraps. I don't have evidence. I just know he's done it. Yeah, I'd be surprised if he didn't. I couldn't be a history teacher. I am, however, the guy the history teacher calls when they want to give the students more hands-on experience.
There we go.
Well, that's not a good omen. Yeah, so I'm not interested in football. I'm powerlifting currently and will hopefully go to college. That's the reason hope to actually make learning fun by making a game out of it. And that's the thing, though. You may not be good in football, but if you're like powerlifting, maybe you can coach wrestling or something. Because here's my point. A lot of districts and schools do not hire social studies teachers that know how to teach social studies. They hire coaches and put them in social studies positions. Because I guarantee this, every time you interview at a school, one of the first questions that will come up is, what sport can you coach? Or can you coach a sport? And if you are a math or English teacher, it won't be a deal breaker. But if you're saying like, hey, I want to be a history teacher, and you can't coach football, basketball, soccer, or baseball, or a big sport, they'll say nice things about you, laugh at your jokes, and you'll never hear from them again.
Oh, heap of trouble. They offered me a price, Dutch?
Given how fast Arthur can reload a rolling block rifle, a whole lot of problems could be solved right now. Yep.
I am sorry about your brother.
I may have snickered when he died.
Well, I never liked him much.
Then why are you so upset?
Liked Annabelle.
My favorite cow.
Love ladies, Dutch Vanderlyn. I like that about you.
What are we doing here? Go home. Is this thing over?
It is apparently not over, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, sugar. You ain't dead, is you?
I'm going to hunt you down like dogs when I get out of here.
No, Column got a sense.
Handing him over to the lords. I don't know. Strange times. They killed Seamus. Fuck the whole lot of them. With this fella coming right, we can draw them all back. He's escaping. Shoot him. Relax. Relax. I got it.
Not in the butt cheek.
Not yet. No, of course not. Not yet. But I will.
I survived a shotgun blast to the chest or shoulder, really. I am something else. That's a nice twig right there. I like that rock. I'm going to use it to bash your brains in.
Finally. What is weapons over there?
Well, at least I get a spacious place for it to be imprisoned. I would hate to be in just some nook and cranny. Oh, is he bringing me dinner? Thanks, Colm. Appreciate it. Or as Arthur's voice actor wants to call him, Colm.
Morgan. It's good to see you.
Hello, Cole.
How you doing?
How's the wound?
Hardly feel it. You will.
Septic. Say nice. Now, tell me. Fine gun like you. Why are you still running around with old Dutch?
Well, a romantic, I'm not gonna lie.
Money. It ain't about the money, Cole.
I got like $2,500. I'm doing fine.
Cars. You killed a whole bunch of my boys.
I'm gonna kill a bunch more.
I ain't got no clue what you're
Actually, I'm hanging around.
And I thought Dutch preached truth.
Let me go, Cole. And end all this crap between you two. We all got real problems now.
The way I see it, they get him. They forget about me.
They ain't the forgetting sort.
John's gonna learn that the hard way. I'll be able to find a charter school. Maybe some sports capabilities won't be a factor, even at private school. I've actually tried to get into private schools. Private schools are actually a little bit harder to get into. They may want you to have a little bit of experience. For me, like that's why I'm working at a middle school right now. It's like this is my 7th year working at a middle school. Hopefully, they'll give me the bump over to high school at some point. But it also depends on where you are, because you might have someone that's like, hey, we just had a sudden need, and we're willing to take anybody and throw them in and give them a chance. So. If that's what you want to do, go ahead, start looking out. But just at the very least, it may be a good idea. Like I often say, like, hey, I can help out with track and cross country because that's what I helped out with. But if they're looking for someone to lead a whole football program, then I'm not your guy. Well, that was fun. Oh! I think the blood rushing to my head would be more of a problem now. Why'd they just leave a metal file right there? It's like they were asking for trouble. Get it nice and warm. We got to cauterize this wound. Don't attempt this at home, kids. I plan on setting down in Montana, maybe, or maybe my birth or home state. Can't say too much about what I know about Montana's education system. Come on. Oh, that's smart.
I don't want to go to Mexico. I want to go home.
You're going to Mexico.
Hold on, I'll be back in a minute. What the hell?
Come here, buddy. It's just you and me. It's just you and me and the she-she-pee. Alright, I got some throwing knives. Do you seriously not have a single gun on you? Yo, wimp.
What's he still doing down there? It's one thing torturing a man, it's another thing putting him through stories of the homeland. You better hurry it up. I don't want to be here when the law comes for that side of beef.
Hold on, there is a gun there that looks like it's for grabs. I think I'd like it. But I need him to move out of the way. Yep. I'm worried if I kill him that'll draw attention, so we're gonna hold off for right now. Oh shoot. Good. Oh yeah.
The prisoner's out! Damn it! Get a good fight!
Why do I hear boss music? You didn't, It's like, yeah, you didn't capture me. You just merely brought me to your camp, and now I'm gonna kill you. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's see. Gotta have smoke and a little something to take the edge off. And yeah, that'll help. You didn't see nothing. Oh my gosh, how did I just slip past them? You didn't see nothing. Didn't capture you, just royally pissed me off. Yeah, it's like that thing. Don't shoot a grizzly bear in the head. You only make him mad. Why do I feel like every game needs a sequence where you're captured by your enemies and stripped of your equipment and forced to sneak through an enemy prison? Not every game, but I do feel like it is a trope that is used quite a bit. Dante would have already had me home by now. I hate them O'Driscoll boys. It's to show off the snake mechanic. Yeah, because we haven't been sneaking before this point. Gotta get back to camp so I don't can get out of my union suit. Still on Far Cry 5 doing it the most. Yeah, Far Cry 5, because it like happened. Because it happens like like 3 times, like in every camp, like in every section. So it happens like 9 times. What type of horse was Dante? I forget, but he was a good horse.
Arthur?
Arthur.
That's me.
I told you it was a setup, Tuds. My boy, my dear boy, what? They got me. But I got away. Yeah, you did. Miss Grimshaw, I need help. Reverend Swanson's gonna set the law on our... Oh, of course he was. I'm sorry, Arthur. It is a bit late for apologies.
What are you getting on him for? Blame Micah.
Mr. Morgan. Mr. Morgan, you're safe now.
Oh, let's get him to bed.
You are safe now, Arthur.
Reverend Swanson was really crucial here.
That's real pretty. Miss Grimshaw, will you sit with him a while?
Of course.
She'll lecture me about how I haven't been contributing.
You're home.
Oh no, I'm in the bliss! Ooh. That's a nice buck right there. Get that mounted over the fireplace, I say. Oh, my heavens. A few weeks later.
I thought I'd be burying you, Mr. Morgan.
Sorry to disappoint.
Well, not quite yet, Reverend.
Good. How you feeling?
Well, how long has Arthur been gone? Dutch is acting like none of them ever realized he never came back from the Overwatch mission. Yeah, I suspect Micah said, he probably just went out on his own, because that's the thing, we do go patrolling around a lot, so admittedly it is suspicious that it should have been asked, but I do disappear from camp for long periods of time. But I imagine I was probably gone for at least 32 to 48 hours. Alright, let's see what else there's... Oh boy, I think I know what mission's next. Well, that'll be a good place to pick up next time. Because, well, I still have work tomorrow. But we've made some great progress. We've done all right for ourselves. So we're going to call it there. I appreciate you guys for sticking around this long. I honestly didn't think I'd get too many people because like we had the stream earlier with all the stuff with For Honor. I thought you guys might be taking a break. But hey, you came down and you're willing to hang out with old Lark here, and I appreciate that. So thanks, guys, for keeping me company as we head out in the Wild West, or in this case, the Wild South. But anyway, appreciate the company. Hope to see you next time. Remember, tomorrow's For Honor Friday, so take care out there and see you then.